arm drag. You got wrist on me then. I got wrist on me. Clink!
Oh, hello everyone, welcome back. First, before we do a proper intro, I feel like probably need to say, sorry it's been so fucking long. It's been fucking months. It's been mostly my fault, admittedly. Yeah, I've been away a lot and there's been a shitload going on, but it's good to be back and drinking.
Amount of space. It was summer last time we played here.
It was warm.
It was super
Yeah,
hot.
it was very warm.
And now it's super fucking cold outside.
Yeah, it is fucking chilly. It's nearly Christmas and shit.
It's not cold here, it's lovely though.
No, it's nice in this room. Yeah, it's fine.
I'm actually a little sweaty. Got a little bit of underboob sweat.
Oh, really? A little, just a moist spattering. Nice. Great. Well, good. Glad we started on that. I'm glad you're hiding it with the waistcoat. Yeah.
And pockets.
And pockets.
Got
Excellent. Pockets.
Double layered.
But yeah, apologies for that. But we are back, and I'm going to try my best to be slightly less shit. But today is movies. We're going to be talking about our favourite movies in no particular order because we already decided that that's fucking too difficult to do.
And these aren't our favourite movies. I said I definitely at least have got a top 200.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing you've probably at least got a top
Oh, there's
50.
a fucking ton of them. Yeah, a ton of them that I'd if ever I see them on, I will always watch them.
Yeah, and see, I'm not a big rewatcher of movies necessarily, but I will often, if I meet someone and then think of a movie that they haven't seen, I'll be like, fuck, you have to watch this, and then I'll be like, you have to watch this and this and this and this, and then you get to, if you ever try and compile a list yourself, you're like, there's a lot of fucking movies on here, and every single one of them will change your life, and we've just picked 5, probably pretty much at random from that list.
Well, yeah, I'll give a bit of thought to it.
A little myself as well, but there's definitely there's ones I'd love to add to it, but 5 is very limiting.
I didn't want to go like Desert Island disc style with it, where like, I'll pick. You're on a desert island, you can pick 5 movies. These are the only 5 you can ever watch for the rest of your life. That wasn't really the thinking. It was just like, what movies do I fucking love that I feel like everyone should see, and they've got elements of it that I think that are just fantastic. I think they do really, really well. Or that influence me in some sort of way, or something like that. They've probably got a bit of a special place for me in particular.
Yeah, and I think I did a similar thing. Sometimes it was movies that I just had to pick one from a specific director. Because let's face it, we could do a top 20 of just Tarantino's.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying that, I don't think I've got any Tarantino in my top 5.
Oh, thank God for that, I do.
Oh, yeah.
I was worried we were going to have the exact same thing. We didn't tell each other. We haven't told each other yet.
No, we haven't. No.
Shall I go first? I'll just say my top 5. Is that the intro done now?
Yeah, fuck it. It's the intro. We're doing movies.
Yeah.
Sorry it took so fucking long. I've been shit. Let's do movies.
Right, so we'll just say our top 5. I'll say my top 5, you say your top 5, and then we'll just go in depth of each of them.
Alright then, hit them.
Okay.
We've got to bring my list up because I definitely can't remember the ones I wrote down.
I also can't remember.
Yeah.
I just did it this morning in a rush. Just movies.
Alright then, go on.
Right, so I picked Moon.
Okay.
Fight Club.
Oh, snap.
The Matrix.
Oh, snap.
True Romance.
Okay.
And Pulp Fiction.
Right, okay.
So I knew we were going to have at least one snap.
Yeah. So I've got...
do you want to... So you got 2 snaps.
Yeah.
Do you want to change them? So we have something else to
There was one that was right on the edge, which was a Tarantino one, which I feel like I might throw in now.
Stick it in now.
Yeah, okay.
Which one would you like to swap it for?
We'll swap it out for... we'll swap it out for Matrix.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah. So my one was originally Die Hard. The original Die Hard is one of my favourite movies of all
I would
time.
never have put that on my list.
I fucking love that movie. The Raid 2.
Oh,
second movie.
man.
No martial arts movies on there.
Matrix, that's why.
Okay, fair. Then it was The Matrix, then it was Fight Club, finally 7.
So say your list again.
So Die Hard,
Yep.
The Raid 2, only sequel on the list, The Matrix, Fight Club, and 7. And now instead of Matrix, I'm going to take Matrix out, and I'm going to pop in Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, fantastic movie. Do you know what? Take out Fight Club as well and swap that for another one.
Take out Fight Club.
Or you swapped one, I'll swap one.
Yeah, you swap one, yeah.
So what am I swapping? I'm swapping Fight Club for something.
Yeah.
I will swap Fight Club for... Oh my god.
Yeah.
This is on the spot. You talk for a second, I'll think.
Yeah, it's really difficult. I think it's...
Should I go off genre? Because it's just a cult movie, isn't it?
Go what you want. Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter. Pick whatever talks to you. Was there something maybe you watched when you were really young, you went, wow!
Well, if we're not counting, I count Matrix as my martial art movie,
right?
Because it's what married initially that sci-fi love and
okay, yeah,
those two worlds together.
Yeah.
Fuck,
it's tricky. Yeah, see, movies are hard, like especially now. It's so easy to see so fucking many of them, and you just just chuck a film on in the background. It's not.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna put this on the list because me and you randomly fucking watched them at the same time in different places the other day.
Oh yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna put Lord of the Rings. I'm gonna put Lord of the Rings on, and I'm not saying
what all of them. Return.
Yeah, I'm gonna put number one.
Okay. Is that okay?
But it covers all three. I mean, it really is. The trilogy really is important in the Lord of the Rings. They're great standalone movies, but they're also one of the only trilogies when one of them doesn't really let down the others.
Yeah,
they're all really fucking good.
Yeah, Two Towers was fantastic.
Two Towers was my favourite.
Two Towers was awesome.
Helm's Deep,
when Gandalf appears over the fucking on the dawn of the third day.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you know that? Get there earlier. Dick.
I'll stick Lord of the Rings in place of Matrix.
In place of Matrix.
You've got Matrix.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I've got Matrix, so I'll take Fight Club off and I'll put Inglourious Basterds. I'll switch Brad Pitt for Brad Pitt.
Cool. So I'm taking off Fight Club, am I?
Yeah, no, I've taken off Fight Club. You're taking off Matrix.
I'm fucking rubbish at this game.
Or I may have just forgotten. Who the fuck knows? Okay, cool. We now have 10 movies.
Right.
Between us.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Well, start us off then, mate. So these are in no particular order. We're not ordering them about. We're not saying one is our absolute favourite. It's ridiculous to do that because they're all our favourite. Some of our favourite movies for different reasons.
Yeah.
And for different moods, I expect.
Moon, sure. Yeah. I mean, so the first one on my list is Moon, and it's pretty simple.
This one I haven't seen. I've
told you to watch this movie.
I've clearly ignored you.
Yeah. Okay. So the reason why this is on my list, I was like, how do I pick from my list of say 200 of my favourite movies? How do I pick 5 of them to talk about? And I thought, right, I'll pick my favourite one from the last 15 years or 10 years. Say, I don't even know what fucking year it is.
What year is it?
Let's say 10 years. Let's say it's my favourite movie that I've seen in the last 10 years, and it really is. And I've seen so many fucking amazing movies in the last 10 years. Like just recently, in the last 2 days, I've seen amazing movies. I watched Arrival and I watched Passengers, which were both fucking lovely, amazingly well done movies. But Moon just had something a little extra special about it. It's a very lonely movie.
Right, okay.
It follows Sam Rockwell's character just on the moon. And because you haven't seen it, I won't say too much. I definitely don't want to spoil it for you because it's a lovely, very, very well done movie. Yeah. It just has basically the 2 actors in it. It's got Sam Rockwell and Kevin Spacey. Right. Now Kevin Spacey's come out as a bit rapey. So.
Okay. Yeah. No, he's sort of like he's. I suppose he appears later on the list as well, doesn't he? We talk about 7.
Oh, sure.
He's in 7, yeah.
We're like, what's the rape section of the list?
Yeah.
I forgot about that part of the list. I wasn't aware. He plays the AI in it. He plays the computer, anyway. So he's not actually there visually, but he's got a good.
He's got a great voice for that. Yeah, I could hear that already. He's a creepy bastard. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I really like that very lonely feeling of movies. And usually I like movies that are really well paced. Because I'm not very good at movies in general. I much prefer TV series now because they're so much more slower.
you can build something up over a greater amount of time. It's not like we've got to tell this whole story in 90 minutes. It's we've got 20 hours to develop this story, or 10 hours, or whatever it is.
Sometimes trying to fit everything you want into a 2-hour movie is very hard.
If Breaking the Bad had been a film, it'd be dog shit.
Breaking the Bad.
I know, you know.
Breaking the Bad. Breaking the Bad.
Yeah, if that had been a movie, that would have been shit.
That was my best impression. My best Judas Priest. Breaking the Bad. Breaking the law. That's better.
Slightly, yeah.
Not much. Still sound like a gremlin.
Yeah.
That's a fucked up hobbit.
Yeah, a little bit.
So yeah, Moon. I love the lonely feeling of it. The pacing is beautiful. It has some of the nicest, like, sweeping, like, camera shots. It's so.
You're a fiend for a camera shot.
Yeah,
I
know. I really, 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 really do. And the setting is fantastic. The set design is so nice, and it builds and layers. The story builds and layers on itself perfectly, and then you get like this comedic element added into it.
Right.
And Sam Rockwell is flawlessly funny. He is fucking hilarious.
Really?
He's fantastic in it.
So I'm assuming it's him and the AI. Is that?
No. See, that's why I don't want to say too much.
Oh, right. Okay. God damn.
Oh no. Why don't you watch the same movies as me?
Yeah, I don't know.
To be fair, I didn't watch it until about 5 years after it came out myself.
Oh, why is it?
But then I did tell every motherfucker I know to watch it, so I definitely told you to watch it.
Fair enough.
But you will after this.
Yeah, I will. It'll go on the list.
But it's lovely. It's just really well paced, really well shot. It's really well written. It's written by David Bowie's son, Zoe Bowie, or Zoe Bowie, or Zoe Bowie.
Yeah, so what are you saying? Changing the way you say Bowie each time you say it. Bowie or Bowie or Bowie.
It depends how you say his name. People say it differently, but you know, yeah, it's done by his son.
Okay, all right.
Who also did that movie of Jake Gyllenhaal on a train? Is it a train one? Train one?
Jake Gyllenhaal on the train.
Snakes on a
motherfuckers on a train.
Jake's on a plane.
Jake's on. I'm sick and tired of these motherfucking Jakes on my motherfucking train.
Yeah, I can't actually remember. He did another movie anyway. It's like sort of a horror. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be, but I can't remember the fucking name of it. You'll remember the name. Plus, you'll have time to look it up. I just don't want to go here.
Yeah.
We don't have Jamie. He doesn't exist in our realm.
No, Jamie. Yeah, Jake, pull that shit up.
Yeah.
We don't. We have you.
We have me, and
but he's busy.
I don't have a wheelie chair anymore. Well, I do. It's over there, but you know, it's behind the scenes.
Living in the place behind the scenes, in the back of our vast compound.
To be fair, we do have a beautiful scene.
We do. Yeah, it's very nice.
It's utterly beautiful.
You can see Hastings. It's lovely.
A nice part of it too.
It is,
not like a
seedy bit. Let's not fucking. Let's not push anyone away.
Well, I love Hastings.
You don't want to alienate any of our listener. Okay, so
right.
Alright, so this is a sci-fi one, I'm assuming.
It's a sci-fi movie, yeah.
We've already spoken in depth about our love of sci-fi.
Yeah, we have, and that will come up a lot in this today.
Yeah.
I'm trying to not let it dominate it.
Yeah.
Let's face it, sci-fi does dominate my movie realm.
Yeah, it's gonna happen, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, it's a sci-fi movie. It's sort of about this guy who goes to the moon to farm minerals and rocks and stuff, and he's missing his family, and then he gets to hear messages from them. It takes a long time, and
similar to like was it Gravity that had that sort of thing, wasn't it? Or that sort
Gravity had a lot of things.
Yeah, Gravity. There's a lot going on Gravity. Gravity got my fucking head off.
Oh, it's a great movie.
Yeah, you know, it was so physics heavy, not necessarily
theoretical
legit physics.
Yeah, theoretical physics. But I love
theoretical feather lens.
Yeah, I love that. Love it.
Yeah, that was great. Okay, all right. We'll have to make sure I actually get around to it. I promise I'll listen and I'll pay attention.
It's not a long movie or anything.
Well, once we get through this bottle of rum, my memory may be somewhat erased.
That's the point of it.
Ah.
I mean, yeah, there's not a lot I can say about it.
Yeah.
Especially because you haven't seen it, and I won't do spoilers to you. I don't care about the listeners.
Okay. Well, I guess this might be a bit of a short one because I think this is the only one that we haven't seen.
It is, yeah.
Both of, yeah. Oh, actually, saying that, I don't think I've seen True Romance.
You fucking slut.
Yeah, maybe not. Well, we'll get to that later.
What the
yeah.
You're going to stress me out, man.
Yeah.
It's going to stress me out. This podcast is going to stress me out way more than I thought it was going to be. You're going to have to get me good and drunk
Busy man,
before you start saying shit to me like that.
I have to watch movies.
Happenstein, True Romance.
I have to watch movies that Lou likes as well. I can't, like...
I will. She would love that movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, you start your list, man.
Right, well, I'm going to start my one
Before I start
with, as it's Christmas, with my Christmas movie.
Oh, yeah, okay.
With Die Hard.
Yeah.
It's fucking Die Hard.
Nakatomi, motherfucker.
Hell yeah. Ho ho ho. Now I have a machine gun. Yeah, so, I mean, Die Hard was...
Lou put a post on Facebook the other day of the Die Hard thing when you were watching a countdown list. Do you remember
this was like a thing a couple of years ago. I was watching like a top 50 Christmas movies, and I was all smug. It was like, oh yeah, Die Hard will be on in a minute. She's like, Die Hard's not a Christmas movie because obviously there's.
As he still thinks that it wasn't on there.
Yeah, it was. It was number 5. Only 4 away from its rightful place at number 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It takes place at Christmas. John McClane is there because of Christmas. It's at a Christmas party. There's Santa in it. It's Christmas songs in the intro and in the outro. I'm not having the argument because it's not an argument. It's a fact. Anyway, so Die Hard for me was probably one of the first action movies I ever watched as a kid. And I fucking loved it.
Do you like blockbuster action movies?
Yeah, well, probably one of the first action movies I've ever seen. It was.
I grew up on martial arts movies.
Yeah, I didn't have that.
Yeah, well, they're action movies, but it was the first. It was probably one of the first blockbuster ones I watched. I might have actually watched Lethal Weapon first. But see, I was always more of a Lethal Weapon guy because I liked how crazy it was.
I love Lethal Weapon because I love the Murtaugh Riggs.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Sort of dynamic.
Or from the offset.
Yeah,
from the very first scene.
But Die Hard for me was all the romance got in the way of Lethal Weapon for me a little bit. Like all the romance scenes, it sort of bugged me a little bit. Die Hard was pure action. It was like you had.
I mean, to be fair, his wife is also in the building.
She was in the building, but he wasn't nowhere near her.
He wasn't nowhere near
her. He was worried about killing terrorists. He wasn't worried about sort of fucking off in his caravan on the beach or whatever, where fucking Riggs banged that other cop.
Riggs!
Yeah, God damn it, Riggs! I'm getting too old for this shit. Chill out. But yeah, it was one of those things. It was just John McClane on his own. It wasn't like ridiculousness. Obviously, some parts of it are fucking retarded.
He has so many bullets at one point.
Oh yeah. That's action movies. Like James Bond is the worst for that.
Well, no,
he's got like a Wolf for PPK with 250,000 bullets in it.
Arnie's the worst.
Oh yeah, maybe yeah. Oh yeah, the Commando. Yeah, which is ridiculous. Yeah, like absolutely ridiculous. Like a fucking rocket launcher's bag of guns. Amazing. But I love action movies. I love cheesy action movies. I'm
really glad you picked one because I didn't actually pick one on my list, and I wanted to.
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure what to pick.
Yeah. I'm a massive fan of Die Hard because
we're talking about action movies as in like 90s cheesy action movies, not movies that have
80s?
action in. Late 80s, 90s.
Yeah. But it was
Die Hard's 80s.
Yeah. Yes. It was all about the one guy taking on all the bad guys. The bad guy was German, obviously.
Because of the war.
Don't
mention the war.
I mentioned it once, but I think I got away with it. But strong 40 Towers reference. Love it.
I want to do an impression of Basil
as he walks. But I mean, it was hard for me to pick out of the original trilogy. Let's not go down Die Hard 4 and Die Harder and all that bullshit. The first 3 Die Hard movies were fantastic action movies, absolutely incredible. The third one was nearly took the place of the original. I think I picked the
Vengeance.
Huh? Yeah, with Samuel L. Jackson in it.
With the A-board.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Zeus, motherfucker. Do I look Puerto Rican to you? It's fucking brilliant. Some of the lines in that movie are fucking incredible.
He's the cab driver, isn't he?
No, he's a shop owner.
Oh right.
He owns a
Is
shop.
there a cab driver in it? Oh yeah, it's all about cab, isn't it?
Yeah, they get their place.
I haven't seen the third one in so many years.
Simon Says, yeah.
So what's
so going to St. Ives?
No, I don't think I've seen it since I don't know if I only watched it a couple of once or twice when I was like 5, 6 years old.
In order of Die Hard, it was 1, 3, 2. Like, cause
the second one's in the airport.
The airport one, yeah. That was still great. That was still really, really good. But
because you got the yippee-ki-yay motherfucker where he lights the fuel from the plane at the end. Yes. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that's decent. See? Die Hard's awesome fucking movie. Again, they're all fantastic.
I haven't seen these since the 90s. Like,
oh, really?
No, man. I think I might have watched Die Hard, the first Die Hard in the 2000s.
I always liked how Bruce Willis just seemed like a normal dude. He wasn't like Arnie, because the big action heroes are like Arnie, Sylvester Stallone.
He's balding.
All these fucking massive dudes. No, he's just like a cop. He was on holidays. Hey, come to town, have a few laughs. It was fucking brilliant. Just like the little quips that he had, those little comedic moments. Absolutely love that.
Yeah, I do. That's what I like about the first one the most. When he's on his own. You know, when he's on his own, he's talking to himself like in the vents and stuff.
Come on, John, what are you doing?
and you know, he's playing with himself. Not
easy. You're watching a different movie. Get Hard.
Die Harder. Yeah.
That's what Yeah. It's,
you know, his time with himself is not better.
It's when he's fucking about with the other guys as well, like even the Santa thing where he's ho ho ho. Now I have a machine. He's fucking with them. He's taunting them. He's being a bloke. He's winding them up. And when he comes in on the radio, like chalk up 2 more bad guys, and he winds up Hans and all that shit. It's fucking brilliant.
But you know, he's marking the names down to the ones he's scoping out the areas and he's going through the vents. He does go through vents, right?
He's kind of basically most of the movie is
going through the vents.
There's a lot of time in vents,
and I like that lonely aspect of it because it's just him and a camera in a vent.
Yeah. Well, the elements of weakness and shit, like his shoes came off, they shot the glass, and now he's cut his feet.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That's fucking fantastic. Like you don't. All the action, any action movies, a lot of action movies in that sort of genre.
People are invincible.
They're this fucking like rock solid. Cause I watched a lot of James Bond movies when I was younger, and you knew it was going to happen. James Bond was going to show up. He's going to get a smidge of trouble. He's going to get caught by the bad guy. Who's the bad guy was going to tell him all the plans. He'll get out, fight some girl, and he'll be fine. They were
all so bad.
No, I don't know about that. But
I watched them. Do you remember they were on TV every? It was like
every Christmas they're on. They're all the fucking.
No, I mean they had a about 1998, 97. They were playing James Bond movies every week. It was either one week or
ITV did it. Every single like Sunday afternoon they put on a movie.
And it was like 7 at night until about 11 at night. Because there were so many ad breaks.
Yeah. Oh, wow, that's
like 7:50 to 11.
I've got a lot of time for James Bond because I watched a lot of them growing up. But
I really like a couple of the new ones are fantastic.
Yeah, the Daniel Craig's a really good James Bond. Yeah.
I don't even think it's him. I don't think he's that great. Actually, I think he's really disgusting.
Fucking hell, that went down quickly.
But I think the writing and just movie production in general has got so much better. I really liked Skyfall, and I really liked. What's the most recent one? Or the one where it's like Day of the Dead at the beginning?
Day of the Dead?
Yeah, the festival.
Oh, fuck. I can't remember. So it was Quantum of Solace was his... No, that was his... It wasn't his first.
Second.
Second one.
Casino Royale was the first.
Yeah, it was like Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace,
I wasn't a massive fan of those two, but Skyfall was fantastic. It's got Javier Bardem in it. Yeah.
I haven't really been keeping up with them. They've been okay. But
I watched it and I thought it was fantastic.
But again, from an action movie perspective, he comes across. Admittedly, in Casino Royale, gets his nuts all fucked up, doesn't he?
Casino Royale wasn't very good, no.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that,
and the other one, like the ones before that, like the 3 before that, were just about the cars. Like no one really gave a shit about anything else. It was all about the cars
and the gadgets are cool. Yeah, but yeah, again,
then Q fucking died in real life.
Yeah,
that was bullshit.
Yeah. But then, I think from Die Hard, that was he had that vulnerability. There was he had sort of the grotty old vest and the sort of the one single handgun. And he's got to go find it. It felt like a game because he was going around and collecting things and getting better. Yes, I loved that fucking game with the G-Con 45.
Die Hard trilogy.
On the
PlayStation 1.
Because you had 3 different games in one. One was the first-person shooter, one was the taxi driving one, and the other one was first-person. Yeah. Sorry.
So the first one is on rails.
Yeah.
Gun game.
Yeah. You just went around and just shot them. For some reason.
No. The first one was a third person.
Like an adventure thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then the second one was on rails. The airport one was the one that was on rails, and you used
that
the
was
gun.
it. And then for some reason the guys like exploded in blood every time you shot them. Do you remember?
That's awesome.
It was like you shot them once. And they just went,
I had a P99 for that as well.
I had the G-Con 45.
Oh, I had like 6.
Oh right. Bragging.
Oh no. I was a PlayStation 1 gun nut, but it's also because when we bought the PlayStation 1. It's like the only thing my dad ever bought me, and we went to some dude's house, and he had all this shit. He had a driving wheel and pedals. Wheel. I was like, what they called it?
Yeah.
and he had like 3 guns, and like 50 games. And my dad bought it for me for like 220 quid. And I was like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Why has he never bought me anything before? I think he just wanted to play it. I don't know.
That sounds like it might be a present from him to him.
Yeah. Well, he didn't fucking get any time because I was all over that shit. That motherfucker had to work.
2 guns.
Yeah, and I also bought several guns after that.
I think a scorpion gun. Oh, that was cool.
Oh yeah, a little scorpion.
Very light. But I think that's another reason why I really enjoyed that movie. Like, it felt like a game. But he's going around, he's collecting shit, he's doing better, and he's going to get to the ultimate boss at the end and fuck him off that tower.
Fuck him off that tower.
I mean, again, different movie. But yes, that's why.
Fuck hard with a vengeance.
And fuck! I forgot when he killed his brother beforehand and shit. Like
before Hans.
Before Hans. His brother before Hans. No. Oh no! I did not let that pun go. That's ridiculous. You're speaking of Max too much. These fucking puns are getting worse.
Yeah, they are. They really are.
Absolutely shocking.
They really are.
But yeah, for me, the quintessential action movie is Die Hard. 1 through 3, can't go wrong really. I still think 1 was sort of like the original and the best, and it's Christmas, so I felt like I had to mention it. So Die Hard, mate. I think from an action
it's Christmas. It's Christmas in a week.
It certainly is, mate. There's a lot of water in there. Do you want to introduce your next one, and I'll get some more ice?
I really need a wait.
Oh, okay then, cool. Well, I'll talk about Die Hard for a little bit more then.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I'll just fill this up with my cold wheat.
Yeah, do that. Great. Okay, so the recent Die Hard movies have been fucking shocking because I think they've abandoned that sort of vulnerability. It's always been a way that Bruce McClane's got sort of been up against it, always this sort of lone cop. But it seems like it's a really weird. They're trying to get like the family tie-in and stuff. And I admit, I appreciate you can't do the exact same thing in every fucking movie. If it was always the case that just sort of John McClane just rocked up, was like, I wasn't expecting anything to happen, and all of a sudden these terrorists turned up, and the way they're tying him into it is great. But the most recent ones have just been a little bit too out there. I get that obviously turning up on a sort of on a Christmas party to some skyscraper where your wife works and there being terrorists go there, but that feels still a little bit more realistic than the whole, what was the more recent one with the fire sale where they're trying to shut down the whole US economy and all that sort of stuff. It just felt too big, and I always just like the smaller section of the original Die Hard, where it was just one guy up against all these other dudes, the underdog coming through. He didn't do anything particularly fancy. Every single fight scene he got his ass kicked almost the entire way through until he got really lucky. I think there was one of the original bad guys who had I forget his name. He had the long blonde hair and the really weird gun, went hunting for him, beat the shit out of John McClane until he happened to grab a chain and hang around his neck and ended up hanging him at the end of it. Spoilers, but if you haven't seen Die Hard, then fuck off. So yeah, there was all sort of weird. It was unlikely, but it still felt like, okay, well, this is a thing, and I'm buying it. Having that little sense of a buy-in was quite important for me to make it look a little bit more realistic. Don't get me wrong, I still like ridiculous action movies. I like The Expendables; they make me laugh.
Oh man, they were so good.
So ridiculous, utterly ridiculous.
I didn't watch I didn't watch those movies until 3 of them had come out, but I knew I was going to like them.
You see this? I'm going to binge watch the Expendables. Waited to the end of the season.
Yeah, it was hilarious. They were hilarious. I knew they were going to be ridiculous, and they lived up to exactly what I thought
intended to be utterly. And I think if you watch them like that, that's absolutely fucking fine. I found the Transformers movies were like that for me.
Oh Jesus!
If I can watch them as ridiculous movies and has that little bit of like, oh, nostalgia, oh yeah, shit, that's Starscream.
I can't understand. I can't visually understand those movies.
Oh, that hurts my fucking brain watching them.
You can't see what's fighting.
No, you can't. It's just masses of like thing, and the camera can't stay fucking still.
Yeah,
the camera's got no Michael Bay in the top 5 of either of us.
Jesus, he's not in my top 2,000. Don't know if like a single movie he's done. That's not going to.
Yeah.
So are you done?
I feel like I've said enough about Die Hard. I fucking love it. Quintessential action movie. Set the tone for me.
Right. So we've got Fight Club now, which we both picked.
Yes.
And do you want to say you give a reason why you picked it? I'll give a reason why I picked it.
I picked Fight Club because it was probably one of the first movies I ever watched that had a. I always watch movies for entertainment's sake, which sounds like a bit of a weird thing. But then Fight Club was the first movie I ever watched that had a really weird thing, which made you think a little bit more about it. And it's probably my introduction to that.
An actual clever movie.
Yeah. I think
a real movie.
The first one.
Not a silly action movie.
Not a fucking idiot explosion shit. Like, oh, that was quite entertaining. Go out and, you know. This was the one that actually made you think about shit. And when people mentioned it afterwards, like, fuck yeah, that did happen. And like loads of bits and pieces, like lots of little hidden stuff within it. And also Jared Leto got the shit beaten out of him as well. Massive fan of that. Big fan of that.
I didn't know who he was until years later. But yeah, me too.
Yeah, he did. Ed Norton gets off him and said, "Oh, what was that all about?" It's like, "I just wanted to destroy something beautiful."
Yeah. Like, See, okay, so. The reason why it's on my list is because it introduced me to cult movies in general. And it definitely introduced me to Edward Norton, and it definitely introduced me to Brad Pitt. And I think it might have been the first 18 that I watched that wasn't an old school 18 that would never have been cast as
18 or 15?
I'm not sure. I was definitely too young.
I feel like, I was definitely too young to watch it at the time.
I think it came out in 99 maybe?
Yeah.
So I was 9.
Right, yeah.
Basically, I was too young. Unless it was a you, I was too young to watch it. And it was, and all the other. I used to watch 18s all the fucking time.
You're right.
Because Bruce Lee movies are 18s. You know what I mean? And I grew up on that shit.
Yeah.
From the age of before I could see, I was watching Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Jackie Chan.
18 rated movies didn't really mean anything. It was just
no. It just meant if there was
times or there was a lot of violence.
Yeah, I mean, well, they don't swear in those old movies.
No, it was just it was mostly
punch people.
Yeah,
and they don't even hit them, and they're not even close to hitting them. Yeah. It's not even, it doesn't even look real.
Yeah. All right. Yes, please sending out martial arts films here.
Sorry. Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee, if you're watching. Mr. Bruce Lee.
Well, I know, but I can tell you one definitely isn't.
What are you talking about? He never died.
Oh right, he's living on that island with Tupac and Hitler.
Hitler. They have some parties.
Yeah, it gets a bit weird.
Well,
anyway, so that's why you got into fight. So your introduction to cult movies.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I didn't. Yeah, it was one of the movies I watched and I got into, and I watched it again. And I've never been, and still aren't to this day, a rewatcher of movies, but people would come around my house and be like, "Can we watch Fight Club?" And I'd be like, "You know what, fuck it, let's watch Fight Club." For years, and up until I was 18.
Yeah.
10 years nearly, of people being like, people would come around every week and be like, "Can we watch it?"
Yeah.
And usually I would say, "No, I just watched it last year."
Yeah.
I
only watched it a couple of months ago.
Yeah, I'm not up for that, but I'll be like, you know what, fuck it, let's watch it. And the soundtrack and the acting, and it's gritty, and it's got the fantastic twist. If you haven't watched it yet, you're a fucking moron.
So you can't give it. There's no spoilers. There's a statute of limitations on this shit.
Yeah. And Ed Norton is just fucking fantastic in it, and a lot of it's down to the production team and the director. like a lot of the stuff, a lot of the little bits in it are because...
Well, the little bits like fourth wall breaking and shit like that, or that when like Tyler Durden's addressing the audience, when he's talking about like the cigarette burns in the top right and shit like that, and, like the flashing the bit of porn,
splicing the porn into the... Yeah.
Like,
He's talking to the audience.
Yeah.
About the audience, which is actually really interesting.
That was one of the first movies I ever watched that didn't have a protagonist in it. Because Tyler Durden is kind of the baddie. Yeah. But you don't know that, really.
And he also doesn't exist.
Yeah. And it was that all the way through the film. It wasn't like
if you don't know, Edward Norton and Tyler Durden are the same person.
Yeah.
Edward Norton doesn't have a name.
No.
Sorry, Edward Norton and Brad Pitt are the same person in the movie. Tyler Durden is Brad Pitt's character. Edward Norton, they never mention his name.
Yeah, Tyler Durden is the character that Ed Norton's character had created in his head.
Yeah. To deal with his shitty fucking life. To make it more interesting.
Yeah.
And it damn well does.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's Helena Bonham Carter actually being pretty good.
Oh, yeah, she was actually fantastic before she got all Tim Burton.
Yeah, Tim Burton. Tim Burton ruined her, and not in a sexy way.
It's ridiculous. Did you hear that shit about like the line that she has after she's fucking Brad Pitt? Like the original line was something like, "I want to have your abortion" or something. They said that line. So there is no fucking way we're going to get away with that. And the actual line they replaced it with is after Brad Pitt fucked her. She fucking comes to and goes, "Oh, I've been fucked like that since grade school."
Yeah,
which I think is worse.
Yeah, I do recognise the scene. I can't remember what the line was.
She's like,
I've been fucked like that since grade school. Yeah, and he's got a yellow marigold top. Like, what are you doing with that? And he's like to Ed. He's like, "Do you want a 10?"
It's like, because you got out. It was you. Just ends up. Yeah.
Oh.
And it's one. And I had to rewatch that movie because it was like, what? That's what I loved about that.
It's probably the first movie that did catch me out.
He left me at the end going, huh?
Yeah. And usually I always get them, and I think from that moment on, I've always got movies as well. I think that's the only movie. It was in the perfect time that it caught me off guard, and I was like, "Oh, what shit?"
Yeah, it's like, how the fuck is the? It cuts
I was
back.
Just naive enough to not get it.
In the face in the parking.
It's so lovely.
It's amazing.
But you know, like as I said, half of this stuff down, half of it is down to actually it being quite realistic. A lot of the stuff was really done. You know, like I love the scene when they're firing golf balls off into the distance.
Yeah.
So that bit, they just turned up at this fucking abandoned place and just started like swinging balls.
Yeah, that wasn't the original thing. That wasn't.
No, I know. Yeah, they were getting drunk and doing that. Yeah. And there's dogs howling and shit, and that's all real. That's all in there. It's all real.
Yeah.
And it's all down to the director. And you know, you fucking hit me in the ear. And basically, they're having the first fight they ever have together. The director goes up to Ed and he goes, "Right, punch Brad in the ear. Punch him as hard as you can in the ear, right? And I want you to actually hit him." And Ed's like, "Are you sure this is okay to do?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "I don't give a fuck."
Just imagine like mid-90s you're being told to punch Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Just imagine. Just think about this. This guy who faces all of his money.
Yeah.
Which, thinking about it, might have been why he said punch the ear.
Yeah, maybe. But he just fucking hooks him in the ear. And you
get the shittest punch.
Yeah, but it sounds real as well, because it is like that. It's like
the meat on meat sort of sound,
Oh, you're so muscly. It's just that sort of like...
Cuff, yeah.
Like a bit plasticky, like... You know, a little bit snappy.
Yeah, it sounds like... Oh, fuck's sake.
Sorry, I just want to get the sound right.
I'm using my arm to get the sound right. It's alright, it's fine, it's okay. Good. But yeah, definitely, it really made you think about things.
Hit him in the ear.
Yeah.
And that was all the real reaction, and I think that's what so many of those little bits in that movie are nice.
I know the setup to it as well. Fucking Meatloaf was in it. Fucking Robert Paulson.
This guy loved Meatloaf.
His name was Robert Paulson.
His name was Robert Paulson.
Yeah, it was Robert Paulson. Yeah.
In Project Mayhem and Death, we have a name.
Yeah. Oh fuck, all that sort of shit as well. Like the culty side of things. It had everything, and at the end of it, the bad guy kind of won because he fucked all their buildings up.
He did what he planned to do.
Yeah.
And Ed just shot himself in the face.
Yeah. But yeah, So fucking good. And that was just the end of the movie.
Soundtrack is just beautiful.
It was, absolutely incredible. The
Pixies at the end.
Yeah, it was fucking fantastic. And it just...
when Helena Bonham Carter's character comes up to him and then it's like, oh God, you've been shot.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's okay.
Hold him up his neck.
It's just coming out here.
Oh, that was his cheek, wasn't it? Yeah.
Well, no, it's like the bottom of his jaw, like right there. It's like, he's like, yeah.
Sugar and water. But yeah,
there's so many reasons I love that movie.
Yeah,
but all of them can be summed up with things like the cast, the directing, the writing. Obviously, is fantastic. Chuck Palahniuk.
Yeah.
It's got to be the best, if not the best, then one of the best adaptations from a book. I've never heard anyone complain.
Yeah.
Gone, oh no, the book's so much better.
Yeah, which you get so many times for
everything else, right?
Yeah. So that made me like Jurassic Park.
I didn't know that was a book. Also, I don't like Jurassic Park.
I'll get in a fucking seat.
But you know, I mean, that in itself, just for that reason alone, that no one ever goes, oh, but the book's so much better.
Yeah.
That should be in anyone's top 5 for that reason alone.
Yeah. Yeah, can't fuck with Fight Club. Plus, it was crossing so many genres as well. It's not.
Yeah.
You see that
it was groundbreaking at the time.
Yeah.
These days, it's not. You know, you get so many movies.
Yeah.
But it's hard to hit cult status now. You don't get it a lot.
Yeah, well, I think it's because there's so much. There's so much now, isn't it? But it's I think that's sort of
all genres have been expanded so much.
Yeah.
So back in the 70s, when you get a sci-fi movie, everyone was going to go watch the sci-fi movie because it was the only one that year.
Yeah.
Now you get 7 a month.
It took 12 years to make a movie back then.
Yeah.
It was so much more difficult, and CGI wasn't really a thing, but
no, it wasn't a thing.
Yeah. But it was well, so it was sort of a thing.
No, it wasn't.
Star Wars.
Wasn't CGI. Not really.
Lasers. How the fuck they make them?
Do you want me to go into the process?
Not even a little bit.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So it's no. I won't. No, you're right. I would not say anything.
But okay, yeah. So I think we sort
of just caught us. It caught us in every way that you can be caught.
Yeah.
And captured, and it captured our.
And it holds up really
fantastically.
Well.
Yeah, I have.
Really well.
I haven't watched it in a couple of years, but I have watched it in my 20s.
Yeah.
I've been in my 20s and watched that movie.
I've probably watched it in the last couple of months.
Last couple of months, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
See, I think I didn't watch it for about 10 years because I watched it every week for so long. And then
you got your quota in there.
I did, yeah. And then I think about 3 or 4 years ago I watched it and it was fucking fantastic.
So good.
Yeah,
so good. And it's one of those ones I still feel I've read so much about, and I've picked up bits and pieces about that. So people were sort of saying like, Reddit has this today I learned. It's today I learned that this line was meant to be this line about the we haven't been fucked like that since grade school. I was like, oh shit, I know that.
Yeah, I like that. I didn't know that actually.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's quite a fun one.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's so good. Fucking love that movie.
Yeah, fantastic.
Fight Club. Holla. There's a lot of Brad Pitt in our our joint top 10.
Oh fuck! I just realised someone that we don't have in our top 10 that we definitely should have put in. Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't have a single Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
Either.
We can talk about him. We can give him a real good fucking honourable fucking at the end.
Okay.
Oh, fuck the honour right out of him.
Fight Club was yours, wasn't it? Alright, what was my next on my list? It was... okay then. The Raid 2. I think, the only actual sequel on our list.
Yeah.
Fairly recent as far as martial arts movies go. It's not
super
like
recent. It's like 2011, right?
Something like that, wasn't it?
7 years ago, which to me feels like yesterday.
Yeah, considering the sort of the mass influx from martial arts movies was like 70s and 80s.
There was a resurgence.
Yeah, that was
which Matrix brought about, which we haven't. That's your next one.
Yeah.
Right?
But The Raid 2 is an absolute masterpiece of both the fight choreography, the shots, the way these scenes are put together, and considering as well, I think it's our only foreign language film.
It is. Yep.
And it's
it is.
It's so well put together. Everything is really, the pacing for it is excellent. It feels, it's a martial arts movie, but the main protagonist always seems in fucking danger. It's consistent.
Oh, it's savage.
It makes you nervous all the way through.
See, now the Raid 1 is fucking great.
Also absolutely incredible. Yeah, don't get me wrong.
The Raid 1 is more story orientated, even though it's only for the first half hour. There's no action for the first half hour of the Raid 1.
It sets you up.
And then the rest of it is just a tower
Oh
climb.
my god, it's literally a dude fighting his way. It's like fucking Donkey Kong. He's fighting his way to the top.
But number 2 has nuances that the first one doesn't. Number 1 is very, very brutalist, and number 2 definitely has. They stepped it up a lot.
To it almost, yeah. I think the prison fight scene.
The prison fight scene is the one that I think is one of the best fight scenes of all time, and I'm talking top 5 fight scenes of all time, and I'm fucking probably talking top 3 actually.
It's incredible. That and maybe Old Boy.
Old Boy corridor scene is top 3, but so is the prison scene. So there's this fight scene, and it's a prison yard, and it's got inmates. Only across one wall, isn't it?
Yeah, there was the shelter.
Inmates across 2 walls. It's an L shape of inmates.
That's it, yeah.
And it's pissing it down. And there's just this muddy square.
Yeah.
And the fight that ensues is one of the most perfect pieces of martial arts choreography and action ever.
Considering it's put together, it's like a riot scene, but it's put together. There's so many moving parts. And it's put together in this massive pit of mud. And
a lot of it's one shot. They've got one camera on a crane that comes in and does most of the action, and most of the fight sequences are all one shot.
Yeah.
And basically, it's not all one shot, but it's you got to treat it as a one shot because because every single time someone gets muddy, once you're muddy, you're muddy.
You're muddy in that way.
Yeah. So there's no continuity errors in it at all. So it's treated as a one shot.
Yeah.
And it essentially is a one shot. I mean, they've only got the one camera on the boom.
Yeah.
But there's just a couple of other. They shoot back to bits that are in these tiny sheltered bits. And then it all becomes one fray.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And then the camera comes up when they climb the fence, and then the camera comes. It's still all one shot.
Yeah, when the sniper starts getting involved and shit.
Yeah. Phenomenal. And this all came from a Welsh director.
Yeah.
Who hung out. I don't know how he knows them, but he knows
one Indonesian martial artist.
Yeah, and you know the guy with the long hair.
Yeah.
Him and I think his brother.
Because they were both in the Star Wars, weren't they? They're in. What was the
Rogue One?
That's it. No, not Rogue One.
What?
The one with Rey in it. First one. The first one of the new lot.
I thought it was Rogue One.
No.
Oh, so I just got shit.
They were the smugglers or something, weren't they? Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course they were.
On the ship.
That was later, but yeah. Sure. Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah. Yeah. So this Welsh director and these 2 brothers from Indonesia got together, and these guys were like, yeah, we want to show off our martial art. And it's called Salat.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So it's on your list, mate. You should know.
Yeah, it is. I thought it was Salat Parao or something.
There's different things,
but it's properly brutal, and very.
It's like a cross between Muay Thai and Wing Chun.
Yeah, I suppose that's probably There's a lot of knee and elbow strikes,
a lot of
clinch work. Very, very up close and very brutal looking.
Yeah, and there's also a lot. There's some throws. Yeah. And it's got that element of BJJ in it, but
it's not got like the big flashy spinning kicks. It's not like
no.
Not like a lot of traditional flashy movie martial arts, where it's a lot of jumping and spinning and jumping and twirling around.
It's as gritty as it comes.
It is really, it's properly brutal.
It's like chop. Slamming some guy's head into the fucking concrete. The knives
oh god,
stick the knife into
there's always the grab and every stab comes with a drag.
None of them are clean. They're all just brutal.
In the first one, where half the door comes open and he slams the dude's head on the broken door.
He flies down and his neck just.
Oh, it's amazing. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you stuck a martial arts movie on there because
it's
obviously my next one's Oh no, you got Matrix next.
Yeah. But
Oh, fuck.
yeah, so the Raid.
The Raid 2 is probably the best martial arts movie that I've seen in the last 20 years.
It's fantastic. It's absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, 20 years. Oh,
how many we talk about the car
nearly
chase
20
scene?
years. Oh,
The
right,
shot for
okay.
that.
So there's a one shot. There's a one shot in the Raid 2. And there's just a guy dressed as a car seat. Because he's the cameraman, and it comes through the window. The camera comes
It's
through
one
the window.
camera being like passed between two cars that are driving while people are fighting in them.
And so you got guys hanging off the edge of these cars with the camera. They pass the camera
over through the wall.
They pass the camera to the seat. The guy's dressed as a car seat, and he's like, "Yep, cool."
If you go on YouTube, look, watch the filming.
You showed me that, didn't you?
Yeah. The
so
filming
amazing.
of the Raid 2 car chase scene, you will see exactly what I'm talking about, and then you go watch that fucking movie. In fact, watch both of those fucking movies.
Yeah.
So they've got some of the.
You even told me to watch both of those movies.
Yeah, I think the second one as well has got some great protagonists. He's got a blind girl who uses hammers as weapons.
She's savage.
She's a savage.
Baseball bat dude as well.
A baseball bat guy.
Just pelting balls at people.
The sort of like the fight scene in the kitchen at the end of the Raid 2. Do I need to say anything else?
Nice.
Where they've got he's got these little dagger things, little like mini scythes in his hand.
Yeah.
Hand scythes. That's what they're called.
They're like knuckle dusters, but with little
With a
blades.
blade, yeah.
And he gets cut. I mean, basically, that last fight scene is. How many times can we cut this guy before it's no longer believable?
And he's covered in. And I think it's something else you don't see very often in movies: visible bruising. If you watch martial arts, if you watch like MMA, fighting or anything like that, visible bruising comes up quite fucking quickly.
Yeah,
and
I mean, visible swelling can come up within about 5 seconds,
Yeah.
and visible bruising can come up within about 3 minutes.
But the makeup guys in this second Raid film, these guys look fucked up by the end of this fight because they've been put through glass. They kick their shit out of each other.
Do you remember the drug scene where they're fighting in the drug making room?
Oh fuck! Of course, yeah. Where they,
it's awesome. They're kicking fucking cocaine at each other.
Come on, like Tony Montana. It's
wonderful. It's so wonderful. But yeah, so that movie is.
This isn't a thinky movie. This isn't like the fight. This isn't like Fight Club where you come out at the end of going, "Oh, I wonder what the message was." It's definitely not that. But
no, it's not one of them. It is 100% go. But there are down times. And yeah, but that movie is the best, one of the best martial arts movies of all time because of the camera work, because of the direction, because of the choreography, because of the martial art, and because of the camera work.
Yeah, and again, all sort of what is in Indonesian, I suppose, isn't it? I don't know what fucking language it is.
Yeah,
it's all subtitled. But
they don't talk much, so it's not a hard watch.
Yeah, but you don't feel like they've.
You don't need subtitles on stabbings.
No, you don't. But it doesn't feel like they've missed the story though.
No,
sometimes
you're
in
right.
a subtitle,
you're right.
Especially a martial arts movie where they're trying to show off the martial arts, it becomes very much okay. Good guy, bad guy. You go kill bad guy. We win. Okay, cool. And that because that's really really easy to do for subtitles, especially if you're pushing it to a Western audience. But this one, there are intricacies and there are little bits and pieces that you've got to consider, and there are relationships that are important.
Like in the
especially
first one,
considering the second one, they use the same actor as someone who died in the first one.
Yeah,
and he plays a new person.
I thought it was the same guy.
Yeah, he plays a new guy, which is kind of strange. So if you take that out of play, but that scene in the nightclub in that second one where he just fucks those dudes up.
With hammers.
Yeah.
Is it hammers he's got?
No, it's not hammers. He has a machete, I think.
Oh, he's the machete guy, yeah.
But yes, the Raid 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best martial arts movie of the last 20 years. And I fucking love martial arts movies. Like...
It makes Ong Bak look stupid.
And Ong Bak changed the game,
yeah.
man.
Tony Jaa's a bad man, don't get me wrong. I love Ong Bak. Warrior King, love that shit.
Ong Bak changed martial arts movies for the better, forever.
It's not,
and then the Raid stepped it up.
Yeah. The Raid showed...
Ong Bak, Tony Jaa is a better athlete.
Yes.
Than the guys...
That's a well-chosen word there, yeah.
He's a better athlete than the guys from the Raid, but the Raid movies are savage. Like,
really,
savage. But yeah, let's give a nod to Ong Bak because fuck me. Tony Jaa, you are a genius.
Savage.
With your body, like, how do you do
what
that?
What you do? Run up an elephant.
Yeah.
Why can you do that? So
Because I can. Where's my elephant?
Where's my elephant?
That's Warrior King, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where's my elephant? That's the only thing he says in that movie. Where's my elephant? And then he finds the elephant and he's dead, and he fucks shit up.
Wasn't pleased about the lack of elephant. Okay, I think we've raided enough.
Next, so good. Right, Lord of the Rings.
Buzzing.
Okay, right.
So, are we excluding the Hobbit trilogy from this?
Yes.
We just went with a lot of the.
Yes, get rid of that shite.
Cool. Just wanted to clarify.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
Lord of the Rings. It's the first sequence set of movies that I went to the cinema to watch, knowing I was going to go the next time to watch
The next one.
the next one.
It was all out at Christmas, wasn't it? Was it Christmas every time?
Well, my gran took me, funnily enough. My gran took me and my middle sister every year to watch those 3 movies, which was weird.
Yeah.
She's not a movie goer.
Yeah. A massive Tolkien fan?
No, nothing. None of it. Like, it was all very strange.
Yeah.
But she just took us and we went. And that was it, really.
Okay.
I mean, before that, I did watch A New Hope, Empire, and Return of the Jedi, all at the cinema when they came out, when they did the re-release.
Yeah.
I did do those, but they were re-releases.
You definitely didn't fucking see A New Hope at the cinema, pal.
Well, I wasn't alive in 77. I was alive in 97, which is when they did the re-releases, because they did them up until the release of Phantom Menace.
Episode 1, wasn't it? Yeah.
But that was from the age of 7 to 9. This was from the age of 11 to 13 ish, or 10 to 12 or whatever.
Something like that. Yeah.
And I mean the fact. So this is a series of movies that I've rewatched, which is not something I usually do. And as I said, I just rewatched them.
No,
so
I know you did.
The other day, I put up the song Mary. Is it Mary?
Mary, yeah.
Mary singing that song to the
the keeper of what?
What's his name?
Steward.
The Steward of Gondor.
The Steward of Gondor.
Back in Faramir's shitty father.
Yeah.
It's all about Faramir. Fuck Boromir.
Yeah.
Faramir's a bad man.
Sorry, Sean Bean.
Yeah, well, we knew he was going to die, let's face it.
Yeah.
Fucking Alec Trevelyan. Sorry, he plays 006 as well. Well, basically, any character that ever died.
Yeah, very much, yeah. What are you talking about? Ned Stark's still alive. A few seasons behind the Game of Thrones. So Joe put the lyrics to the first couple of lines of that song up, and I just happened to be. I was actually up in Leicester at the time, and obviously made this. I think I was about half an hour ahead on also just randomly re-watching Return of the King in my hotel room. And I was like, what?
I'm watching that movie right now.
Yeah.
It's like, me too. What? What are you talking about?
Which was a bit fucking weird. Out of all of the movies.
All of them. There's so many movies that exist.
And it wasn't like early. It wasn't like,
no, it was like
it's a 4-hour fucking film.
I think you started at 10 o'clock at night or something.
Yeah.
I started at about half 11.
Yeah. Fucking idiots. Like, who starts that? It's like, well, but I work the next day. I just decided to slam on Return of the King at fucking 10 o'clock at night. And yeah, sort of went, oh, why am I a bit tired at work the next day? Oh, I think I fucking know why. But
you did skip the end though. I actually didn't finish watching it that night. I
skipped the muggy Shire bit.
You skipped that. I got to the bit after they
Rivendell.
After they brought it. No, I didn't get to there.
Oh right, okay.
But then I watched it the next day and got to there. But I also haven't watched the ending yet. Because it's a bit mincy.
It goes on for about 45 minutes longer than it really needs to.
Oh Sam, oh Frodo, oh Sam, oh Frodo. Give me a rest.
Yeah,
die on the mountain where you should have.
Just kick Sam.
Just ambiguously on the mountain would have been awesome. Not mountain, volcano. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Let's call it what it is.
Let's call it what it is.
But yeah, I mean, I remember I was so young when we watched these. 10 years old when they came out, and it was so good. Everything about it was good, and even as I said, rewatching it is good. They're good movies.
The battle scenes sold it for me. I think
the battle scenes are fantastic.
They're the largest scale I think I've ever. I still don't know if there's been a larger scale than some of like the fucking battle scenes, like Helm's Deep and the Battle for Gondor.
There are large scale fights that are actual real instead of CG.
Yeah, but not that big.
No, not that big. No, because you're talking about 10,000 strong.
Yeah, it's certainly that. Yes.
10,000
I guess the entire kingdom of men.
300 dudes.
Yeah.
300 little guys like. Oh no!
Oh, where are the tree dudes?
Many of those trees were my friends. So they're like Opie. No, it's like Shag, like Scooby Doo.
Many of those my friends.
Many of those trees were my friends.
Wow.
Oh, from Seed and Acorn. Oh my god. But that is haunting. Mary's song is haunting.
Yeah. Yeah, when he's already in the massive hall, they capture the acoustics really well. Yeah.
Movies, they're not just walking.
There is a lot of walking, mind. Well, actually saying that, I think they cut out a great deal of walking, considering Mordor's a fucking mission away. It's like a toilet in a Wetherspoons. Always fucking.
That's a very English thing to know, isn't it? No one's gonna know that if they're not in England. It's okay, we have one listener and she's in England.
Yeah.
She's just along the road.
Do you ever look for a fucking toilet in a Wetherspoons? It's always take the ring with you just in case you need to flush it. That'd be easier.
I didn't know, we.
Yeah, fuck's sake. Alright, so Lord of the fucking Rings. Where's we just start with this? I don't know where you started, you sort of queued me up and then you fucked off. Dick. Obviously Lord of the Rings is massive. Like, this entire enormous this world that Tolkien created. Apparently it was originally created around, because he loved languages and he created Elvish as a language, and then he eventually made Middle Earth to sort of include Elvish within it, so he sort of worked kind of a bit arse backwards about it, but then obviously he created Lord of the Rings, which obviously we're very thankful for, and they had this fantastic depth of every sort of character, and there was this weird sort of, you kind of went into it if you hadn't read the books and like the entire Silmarillion first, which let's frankly it's quite a limited amount of people who would have done all that shit, but it explained it really well and it gave you a good idea of the sort of the power of these characters and the their sort of their good points and their bad points. And the entire idea, sort of the hobbits were essentially fucking useless, but Gandalf saw this little bit of hidden strength within with this one particular hobbit because he knew his Bilbo, Frodo's granddad.
I don't know. Actually.
Grandfather, isn't it?
I think it's just.
They're both Bagginses, aren't they?
Yeah, they got bull Baggins.
Bull Baggins.
They got a lot of balls.
Balls. But I don't know who Frodo's mum would be. Then.
I just looked in the mirror and realised something heinous.
You were still wearing a fucking waistcoat.
Who else wears a waistcoat?
I don't know.
Who ain't on this list? Who wears a fucking waistcoat?
Are you telling me who isn't on this list that wears a waistcoat?
Star Wars, man. Why is the Star Wars on our fucking list?
We covered it in sci-fi, let's be honest.
Lord of the fucking Rings. 3 movies of people fucking walking.
Oh, you're coming out against Lord of the Rings now, are you? You sort of said...
There's only one trilogy!
Did we just speak about Star Wars earlier, actually, didn't we? We talked about
We
CGI.
did.
Yeah, it's come up a couple of times. And considering you're dressed like Han Homo, you're...
Take that back, bitch! Just went to slap you, that's proving my point.
You did, you really did.
Just give me the Kimura, come on. Come on, boy.
That's not a Kimura grip.
No, it's not. I'm going to re-grip once you give me it. Let me put my leg in.
Anyway, I don't give a shit. I think Lord of the Rings, fucking love it. Fantasy element, the elves.
When they rally to Helm's Deep, When he thinks that when
he thinks they won't come.
When Rohan thinks that the alliance between elves and men are gone, and the elves turn out, the high elves, and they're like.
Those elves are fucking ridiculous. Elves are OP.
Well, they're high elves, aren't they?
Yeah, they're fucking ridiculous. Yeah, well, I think we see how ridiculous they are in the third fucking Hobbit movie. Where they can defy gravity and shit.
No, they're wood elves.
Oh, they're all the fucking...
high elves are the ones that rescue Helm's Deep. Legolas is a wood elf, isn't he?
But it's powerfully nerdy.
We can agree on that. Yeah.
I love like the dynamic between like Gimli and Legolas is one of my favourite things. I love that. That still only counts as one.
Yeah. When he asks Aragorn to, you're gonna have to toss me.
You never toss a dwarf.
That's what he says early on.
Yeah.
And then he asks Aragorn to toss me. He's like, don't tell the elf.
Don't tell the elf. Yeah, brilliant. But yeah.
Beautiful. Helm's Deep is one of the best fight scenes of all time.
There was the scenery in that fucking movie. New Zealand looks like an awesome place.
Yeah, and there's fantastic modelling done for that movie because there's so many miniatures. And when I say miniatures, Minas Tirith is like this big.
Oh shit.
Minas Tirith, they modelled it, the whole thing. And it's beautiful.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, well, most of that movie is modelled, isn't it?
Oh, I assume most of it was CG.
Nah, man, it's modelled. Loads of modelling. Obviously, they can't build it 2,000 feet tall.
Yeah, I get that, yeah.
But they did build it like the size of a room and shit.
Shit, son.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Lovely modelling in that movie.
So well put together.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's that style of miniaturizing stuff like they did in the 70s.
Yeah.
Lots of forced perspective. There's so much forced perspective in that movie because obviously Gandalf's 2 fucking meters tall.
Yeah. He got really upset at one point in that, didn't he?
No, that's in the Hobbit.
Was it the Hobbit that he got really pissed off?
Yeah.
Ian McKellen was like crying because he was acting on his own. He was acting on his own in the green screen room, and he was like reacting off of things that weren't there, and he got really upset because this wasn't what I was got into acting, which I guess is fair enough. He's pretty old school.
He's also super fucking old.
Yeah, he is old as fuck, isn't he?
Also, rip Christopher Lee.
Yeah, man, that's one of my favourite bits about that fucking movie when Saruman gets stabbed, and Christopher Lee went up to Peter Jackson and went, that isn't the sound a man makes when he gets stabbed. And he knows that because he fucking stabbed people in the war.
Yeah, he's in World War I.
He was in World War I. Yeah. Also, Christopher Lee's got a death metal album out. Fucking listen to that.
Christmas death metal album. Let's not fuck about here. It's a Christmas death metal album.
He recorded when he was 81 years old.
Yeah, man.
Fucking hero. Christopher Lee is a G.
Yeah, oh my god. Amazing.
But I just love, I could just imagine that, like, imagine Christopher Lee walking up, he was in full fucking Saruman garb, like complete white wizarded up, and just wandered over to Peter Jackson and go, that isn't the sound a man makes when he gets stabbed in the back. It's more of a sound. Peter Jackson turned around to him, Chris, how do you know that? How do you know that? It's like, well, with bayonets, what we used to do. Like, what the fuck? That man has lived.
Now he's died, but...
He has, but he was a fucking gangster when he was alive. Absolute boss.
Yeah. Yeah, respect to that man.
Oh, unreal. But yeah, that fucking... That set of movies is just... doing like... You watch them all back to back. Extended versions, of course, don't be a pussy.
Yeah. If you got about 5 hours for each movie, watch them all.
Yeah. Do that.
Don't think it's the extended on Netflix, is it?
No, it's the.
So when I rewatched them the other day, it was only the little boys. But
yeah. When
I rewatched them last, before that, is when I first moved into my place with Kate, and we had no internet, and she was away for 2 weeks, so I was very lonely. But
so I know I would have killed 12 hours.
She had the Blu-rays.
Oh yes.
And this was like
director's commentary and all that shit.
She had the Blu-rays of all 3, and I had a fucking Blu-ray player.
Yeah.
So I fucking watched them. that took up like 3-4 days, but solid. That's like 3-4 days only sleep and watching fucking Lord of the Rings. They're like 8 hours each with all the other extras, man.
No, they're not that fucking long.
With the extras on the Blu-rays.
Oh, so if you go through every single option on the Blu-ray, that's a little fucking obsessive.
I had no internet and no woman. Usually when you move into a place with your girl...
Make fire and...
Make fire, fuck fire. Fire hot, burn penis.
But Lord of the Rings... they're the epics of our time, aren't they? They're just enormous.
Well, they're not the Odyssey or Beowulf, but yeah.
No, okay, well...
They're better.
Let's not talk about the most recent Beowulf.
No, I didn't. I wouldn't bother.
Like a fucking cartoon.
Yeah, that was when CG was not good enough.
It was so bad. It was so...
I haven't watched it. I don't care either.
Ridiculous.
Right, Lord of the Rings, obviously it's going to be there. Star Wars should be there. Let's just put that there now, and then let's move on to your one next one.
Okay. So my next
I'm just going to mention Star Wars in between.
I think my next one's The Matrix, isn't it?
Oh, hell yeah, let's go.
Let's go Matrix. So, we are strictly talking about the first Matrix. I know we've spoken about Lord of the Rings as a trilogy, we spoke about Die Hard as a trilogy only. Matrix is a single standalone movie that none others were written for.
I don't agree with him, but...
Oh, fuck you then.
It's fine.
So, the original Matrix movie, again, I was definitely too young to be watching this when it first came out.
Same. So let's do what we did before. You picked the reason why you put it on your list, and I'll tell you the reason I put it on my list.
Okay, so
let's start with that.
Firstly, it's one of the most vivid memories I have of watching a movie.
Okay,
for the first time.
That's strong.
Yeah, it's one of the first, like, if someone sort of said to me, what was one of the first films you ever watched and thought went, wow, Matrix comes to mind, because I remember the experience of watching it really, really vividly.
Lots of guns.
Oh, just so much. Jiu-jitsu?
No.
Jiu-jitsu?
And then 20 years later we did.
Well, we started.
We're learning jiu-jitsu. And a very different jiu-jitsu to what he means. I think he means Japanese jiu-jitsu.
I would imagine so, yeah.
There's not a lot of Brazilian jiu-jitsu. In fact, there's zero. I think we can quite clearly say there's zero Brazilian jiu-jitsu in the Matrix.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to watch them again with fresh eyes.
I really think there is. There's a lot of Wing Chun.
Yeah. I think there's a Kung Fu. There's a big Kung Fu sort of element to it.
But then if you go to like, what's the thing he's doing at the moment? Keanu Reeves, one of the movies he's doing at the moment.
John Wick,
loads of Brazilian jiu-jitsu in that.
That's because actually now he's training Brazilian jiu-jitsu with John-Jack Machado and Keegan Machado.
Machado is our Batman?
Yeah, they're both Batman.
Or the Machados are Batman.
There's three of them, yeah. I only remember Keegan and John-Jack, I can't remember the third one.
Fucking no remember
Hogan. So, there was that. Also, I remember I was in secondary school, in year 8 PE, our PE teacher was trying to be cool, and he showed us the first fight scene between Morpheus and Neo, and we watched
Morpheus is fighting Neo!
Yeah, we watched that in PE, and we had to make, because we were doing dance in PE, I went to an all-boys school, doing dance is fucking weird with a bunch of dudes, and we had to, not so much.
It's the rusty trombone, that one.
Oh, is it? Is that what you call it?
No, that's what you call it. I've seen your sketches and diagrams.
Diagrams? So I need to know the exact angles. Like,
they're angles.
If you get the angle wrong.
You said it wrong already. You put your fist up.
Alright, that's a different move. And we had to, in this dance class, we watched this fucking, we did
Thriller, but that's because it'd been a couple more years first. So when Matrix came out, you were in year 7, yeah?
Maybe. Oh yeah, it was 99, wasn't it? Matrix?
99.
Yeah, so I was in year 7, yeah.
And I was in year 6.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, both definitely too young to be watching the Matrix.
So good.
15 Matrix?
15.
Yeah. And that sort of like solidified it for me as well. I was like, oh, this movie's quite cool. I quite enjoyed that. It's just another little sort of memory that ties into it. Plus, again, it was one of those other ones that as soon as I finished watching it, I was like, I need to watch that shit again.
Oh my god!
Because it was just one of those complete.
All my friends were talking about it. They all watched it and I hadn't seen it, and they were like, "Oh, you got to watch this movie." And I was like, "What movie?" Like, I don't really get it. Like, what?
It was
I finally got to fucking watch it, and I was like, "This is a game changer."
It still comes up now.
This has changed the world.
Like people still talk about, what if we're living in the Matrix and shit like that?
True.
And that didn't exist because
that's not even the big part about the Matrix.
No,
that's not even the thing that makes that movie good. That's not a new it's not a new.
It was a massive cultural movie, I think, and it brought this sort of idea into people's mind. I'm not saying that everyone now thinks we live in a fucking computer simulation, but I think it made people.
Well, like Elon Musk has played around with it. He won't say no.
That's because but that cunt makes flamethrowers for fun. Like, he's out of his fucking mind. He's beautiful.
How did you finish it? It was beautiful.
Oh, I do love it.
So many people got so much hate for him recently because he's been a bit
high.
Oh come on, he didn't even inhale.
Oh, when he went on Rogan's, he was definitely passively high. Let's be honest.
Oh, he was high as fuck.
Yeah.
Honestly, he's super mellowed out after about 6 whiskeys.
Yeah, so he was pretty pissed. And just ends it.
Boy doesn't have time to get drunk.
Remember how he finished it? Love is the answer.
Yeah, no, he was fantastic. For starters, that was mind-boggling because Joe Rogan has basically fighters on his podcast and fighters and comedians because that's his mates.
Yeah,
that's the circles he runs in.
I don't know. He started stepping the game up recently.
Well, no, occasionally he'll get random guys in. Obviously, he's had loads of
doctors and Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh, him and Neil deGrasse Tyson are mates anyway.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah,
that's different. Usually he has guys from his friendship group in.
Talking about trying to get Bernie Sanders on there.
That'd be pretty alright.
Yeah. He wants to get Barack Obama on there.
Yeah, I think he could. I think Barack Obama would do it because Joe Rogan's an actual decent interviewer. Sometimes, sometimes he just sits there and gets high.
Yeah, that's interesting. You ever tried DMT?
Yeah.
So you ever fuck with the iron neck?
You know, a gorilla will just straight up rip your dick off.
You ever seen a picture of a shaved chimpanzee? So you pull that shit up.
There is a lot of that,
yeah.
But I think he's a really good interviewer for the most part.
That's because he has 3 hours to do his work.
Yeah, and it's in his home. It's not his home.
It's not his home.
What used to be in his home, but it's still his home. You know what I mean? It's his studio.
Yeah.
It's his second home. Whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Anyway, let's not start sucking Joe Rogan's dick. So that could be. I think our next podcast subject needs to be Joe Rogan.
What were we talking about? Matrix.
Yeah. So how do we get to Joe Rogan?
Elon
Musk.
Musk. Yeah.
So. Well, I mean, so the Matrix was born off of it.
You were saying the reason why you put it on your list, and now I'll say the reason why I put it on my list.
So it's a big cultural thing. If people use it as a reference, sort of, we're living in the Matrix. Because it was originally...
Make it personal. What's the reason you put it on your list?
I like action movies. It appeared on the front side of it to be an action movie. A lot of the action scenes were fantastic. There was a massive push on that... what they call it, bullet time, which is when
I forgot about that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, when Trinity.
Basically, it's when slow mo started.
Oh, it wasn't slow mo. It was a freeze frame that they went around at 360, and they fucking.
No. It wasn't a freeze frame.
Bullet time was freeze frame.
Well, no. Bullet time actually refers to slow motion. The freeze frame that they do had 360 cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they're separate things, but they are combined.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right then. Okay, that's fine. And it was just a great story as well. I think that everything that
really
went into it was
really well paced.
Yeah, I thought it was
starting with Trinity, bringing Neo into it.
Yeah, you had Cypher.
Cypher was a cunt.
He was. But can you blame him for being a cunt sometimes?
No,
man just wanted his steak and his red woman. Red lady.
Well, it wasn't his red.
Yeah, well,
it wasn't his woman in the red dress.
It's still like
There's Mouse's.
Yeah.
And Mouse got murdered.
That was another thing. Good guys died. There was a buy-in because you felt like, okay, this might not end happily. Which again, it's sort of been a bit of a. That's why I'm such a massive Game of Thrones fan because I kind of like it when the good guys lose a bit. Because it's a fucking story, and good guys don't always win.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the only good guy is the Hound. And he ain't dead yet, motherfuckers. Sorry. Tangent. So the reason why you liked it is it appealed to your action side.
Action side.
But it brought a lot more to it.
Made me think a lot about it and really vivid memories of watching it originally. Yeah, I think that's probably the headlines.
So similar.
Okay.
It really appealed to my martial arts side, and it's what I think. I always loved sci-fi, but there wasn't a lot of sci-fi around in my life. Not necessarily even, there wasn't that much sci-fi in the 90s. You got a couple of things like 12 Monkeys and stuff like that.
12 Monkeys was interesting, like that.
12 Monkeys is one of the best movies of all time, but it wasn't in my spectrum. I didn't watch 12 Monkeys.
Fifth Element.
Again, I didn't watch those movies until the early 2000s, 2001, 2.
Right.
That's when me and Caspian watched like religiously all of that shit. Caspian was the guy on the last podcast.
Oh, that's Caspian.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
He was good.
He supplied us with that heinous booze. But yeah,
Jesus.
but basically,
drunk.
it just like just like you felt like it was an action movie, I felt like it was a martial arts movie, and it brought me into this sci-fi world. It brought martial arts into a sci-fi world, because I don't think martial arts and sci-fi had been combined in a mainstream way before that.
I still don't. Have they really since?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
In what case?
Well, I mean, there's little cases which are things that are more like action movies, like Jet Li the One.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which is that's still 2001. That's still well early game.
Yeah.
You probably there hasn't been such a raw smashing of the two genres.
No. I think the Matrix made it very, very clear about
the size of that.
You'll be all right.
I'm just saying. I'm just showing them. That's a half and a half.
You'll be all right.
Yeah, we always do a bottle of
There was a real focus in martial arts in the Matrix, wasn't there? It was a massive. I suppose it was the idea that they could dodge bullets, so you got to be able to beat them up, but then they could also dodge your fist, couldn't they? Yeah.
It was a martial arts movie, but it had so many sci-fi connotations. It was the best smashing of the two genres that I've ever seen, and it really, really, really made me get into sci-fi in a big, big way, especially because I was 9 and I was still very impressionable. And I haven't really discovered sci-fi that much, but I did know martial arts real fucking well. I'd done lots of martial arts, I'd done Wing Chun and I'd done kickboxing, so I was already like a little bad man.
Bad man.
What, 9 years old, you're already studying 2 martial arts, plus you're watching all these martial arts movies.
Yeah, you're pretty G at that point.
I was pretty hard,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I just didn't get better.
Yeah.
So I'm still as good as 9-year-old me.
I feel bad next time I roll.
Oh no,
Beat that 9-year-old.
Jiu-jitsu's different. Jiu-jitsu, I already think I'm better at jiu-jitsu than I ever was at any other martial art, because I am an adult with jiu-jitsu. I'm also massive now.
Massive.
Well, we're the same size now, man.
We are, yeah.
Terrifying. When I met this guy, I was 10 stone and he was 20 stone.
If you're 21, yeah.
21 stone, I was 10 stone. We met in the middle.
Yeah. Oh, it's good. Well, it's good to cut a bit of slack either way, isn't it? Compromise.
Yeah, same weight now. I can't believe it.
Yeah. Okay. So the martial arts. So what is it? The martial arts / sci-fi blend was what you sort of took you into it.
Well, it was a martial arts movie, but it had so much more. It had guns. I loved guns. What 9-year-old doesn't love guns?
It's action movies.
Yeah, it had so much more than so. So before that, we had like Die Hard, right? Gun movie, sweet. Guns, great, cool. Die Hard, action, guns.
Well, Die Hard, Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Point Break.
Point Break. Yeah.
All those sort of where guns were kind of it. But in The Matrix, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't guns.
It was
We got guns for the second fort.
Yeah.
It was fists
Yeah.
and then guns.
There was a lot of that, yeah. Except for in the lobby scene, that was a lot of guns. Like a very lot of guns.
Love that scene so much.
Yeah.
the two M16s. You know when he does the cartwheel with the M16s? Like, what are you doing?
Recoil, apparently not a thing in the Matrix.
No, not at all. But first he's got the two M9s. Then he's got two Scorpions. Then he's got two MP5Ks. It's like, how many places do you have? For starters, two MP5K. MP5Ks are like this big. That's already too much room.
The prick run up walls. Like, you can fly now.
Now, yeah, we're at the end. That's rage at the end.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That movie.
Yeah.
Okay. I still think that one of that Morpheus and Neo fight scene still does it for me. Oh shit! Morpheus fighting the Smith when he smashes himself out the wall. I love that.
That's one of my favourite fight scenes because
it's got dust. I like the dust when they hit each other. That's fucking brilliant.
When Morpheus fights Neo, Morpheus isn't really fighting. He's just waiting for him to fight.
Yeah. He's just stop trying to hit me and hit me.
Yeah. Stop trying to hit me and hit me. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And he's reacting and he's not really fighting.
Yeah.
But in the fight between him and Smith, Morpheus has a fight style which I can't identify.
It's so strange.
No one can. It's completely unique.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist.
It's Lauren Fishburne style.
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne style fighting, and it's so good. It's so heavy.
Yeah.
And I love that brutal, heavy style of fighting. And yeah, he gets his ass kicked. But it's fantastic, and it's a very short fight, and I wish that fight was longer. In fact, that's the best fight in the movie, and they should have extended it way more.
That would have been cool.
Because how many times does fucking Neo fight in that movie? Too many times. Considering they're not as good as that one fight.
Does he fight that many times in the movie?
When he fights...
Morpheus is his first.
And then he fights in the subway, and then he fights...
Yeah. Subway fight seems great.
Well, it's just, you're empty. Oh,
that's my favourite. Most inefficient joke. I'm going to counter this. I guess I'm going to step back quarter of an inch.
Yeah, it's just when they're spinning rounds and they let them fly. You're empty.
So are you. Fucking fantastic. Yeah, well, he fights then Subway and the original, and then the lobby fight scene is kind of a it's a shootout scene.
Yeah, it's not a fight scene.
Yeah. But yeah, it's...
Dodge this.
But yeah,
God, we are the biggest nerds.
So
I love
fucking
it.
nerdy. But yeah, The Matrix is just one of those massive. It was cultural. It brought a lot of stuff together. It was.
I think that's the thing that we can attribute it to the most. The fact that it brought different genres together.
Yeah.
And it also was really important for stunts.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. I think some of the things they did in that film
were way beyond what other people had done before, and not only
and have been mimicked recently, but badly. Not well.
But. You know, it did lots for the community. Just like, so Jackie Chan in the old days, he started a lot of stuff that meant people were protected.
Right, okay.
He started stunt teams. But stunt teams didn't really exist before that in China.
Yeah.
In Asian cinema.
We know loads of people, just like, if they die, they die.
Just an endless door of Chinese martial arts.
Yeah.
Like, oh no! If they die in the movie, they die in real life.
Yeah. Well, if you're in the Matrix.
But you know, Keanu Reeves paid a lot of his price. Paid a lot of his purse. He won a fight and he's like, here's my money, bitch.
The money he got for the movie, he bought Harleys for his stunt team, didn't he?
No, he gave a lot of money to the stunt team and a lot of money to the CG team because he appreciated how the movie industry was changing and how a lot of it was going to be more about CGI.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of CG in the first movie at all.
It's a lot of like wire work and shit.
Lots of wire work, lots of stunt team.
Yeah.
Lots of choreography. Second one, there's a lot more CG.
Yeah.
Lot more.
Yeah.
But we're not. We said we weren't going to be talking about the other ones.
Well, you can do if you desperately want.
I won't know.
I assumed we were on the same page.
We're not, because if you take the story as a whole, and that does not mean 1, 2, and 3. That means 1, 2, and 3 plus Animatrix plus the games. If you put it all together, it actually makes a fantastic story.
Okay.
If you take only one of those bits and add it to number 1, you're right. It doesn't make a good story. You have to have it all together.
Oh, okay. All right. I only know movie. I haven't played. What the fuck?
The game wasn't that great.
Yeah.
But it does have a little bit of story. But the Animatrix is the key.
Okay.
If you know what's the Animatrix? I think I have it. If I don't, that means I go back to Caspian. But I had it for like 20 years. Or like 10 years. I had it for like 10 years.
I'll find it.
If I've got it. You know, you're right. You can get a Blu-ray copy downloaded in 5 seconds faster than I can find it.
I feel like that would be easier, yeah.
Animatrix.
Legitimately, of course, through legitimate sources.
Sorry.
Good. Cool.
You should super definitely watch that. It's really, really good. Animatrix marries the 3 movies together and the games together really, really nicely. And basically the Animatrix is like 8 stories done by 8 different animators and directors, so they're completely different. It's like 8 different movies.
Okay.
They're all completely different.
That's fucking confusing.
Yeah, it's confusing. So they're all in different styles. They're all different parts of the story, but they're only like 20 minutes long each. So it's not, it's not like 8 full length movies.
I guess if you're going to confuse me, at least confuse me in a small period. Just
a
small period.
It's small confusion. Small confusion.
Not big confusion.
No, small confusion.
Tiny confusion.
Yeah. Small confusion.
Good. Matrix. Motherfuckers, I'm pissed.
It's my guy, and I'll talk about the Matrix. I'll talk about Animatrix more. So the Animatrix is like a sideline. It was made, it must have been made after the 3rd Matrix, but it might have even been made after the 2nd Matrix. I'm not entirely sure. And it covers lots of different stories. It patches up little bits. If there's any other little gaps, it patches them up. It's done really well, and it's done in different styles, and it also covers characters that are brought into the Matrix story that you're never really sure about, and it gives them a little bit more weight and a little bit more accreditation. I could spend hours trying to just pronounce that word. I have no idea, but you get the point. I've run out of words, help me! He just laughed. Okay. Well, there's a lovely part in Animatrix where it's about a skateboarder. And that skateboarder, I think, we never really know. But I believe he becomes one of the characters in the Matrix in Revolutions. I knew this would happen.
I'm sorry, got distracted.
As soon as you try and lift him, he goes dead weight as well.
He's so lovely.
Yeah, you can show the dog. Oh, his penis is out. That creeped me out. Look at your big eyebrows.
He's so lovely, but he can't be in here because I get distracted too easily. No, I did. Stay there.
Hey, Dwayne.
Fuck's sake. Right, so Animatrix, good. This is going to be really smooth. Can't wait to see this. This is excellent podcasting. Okay, so I suppose if we're going to put a pin in it, then I don't know what you just said about the Animatrix, but I'm sure it was lovely. Yeah, I think it was a fucking weird movie. And I think it was one of those things that you go into it not really understanding quite what it meant. On the surface, if you'd seen all the trailers and stuff like that, it looked like a standard action movie. There were guns, there were fighting. Keanu Reeves was in it. He was kicking someone in the head. Sweet. The effects for it were a really, really big thing at the time. The whole sort of the 360 camera angle was a lot of stop, a lot of sort of pausing, a lot of real slow-mo stuff, a lot of real fucking fast motion stuff when it's like dodging bullets and shit. All of those sort of things, you saw it, but then you didn't really understand from the trailers why it made sense. This was back when trailers were actually fucking good and didn't show you the entire bloody movie from the get-go, which we basically get now. There was a lot of elements of the movie were kind of kept under wraps a little bit, which I still think it should probably be fucking done in trailers. But they did really well at that. Stop thrusting at me. I'm glad you're back.
I'm not thrusting.
There was some thrusting and...
That was side thrusting.
Well, side what? That's what I thought. Good. That better not be the same hand that was just down your fucking pants. Fucking simmer me, you piece of shit. What's your list? Anything else to say about The Matrix?
No, I'm good, mate.
Good. You're one. Go. Matrix.
Anything else?
If you haven't seen it, watch it.
He can't punch you on camera.
Right, what's next? Fucking dick. What's next on your list?
True Romance.
Okay, I haven't seen this one. He's so angry he has to drink his entire fucking drink now.
Bitch! Why you put up your... That was your defence.
Did you hit me? Oh, okay. For fuck's sake.
Right, True Romance. Okay. The reason why I put this on my list is because I felt like Fight Club wasn't enough of a cult movie, or The Matrix wasn't enough of a cult movie. They became cult movies, and I believe that truly.
Right.
But True Romance was before that. It was one of the original cult movies. And I had to put a cult movie on there. And fuck.
Pulp Fiction.
I know.
Cult movie.
I know, but that's not on the list yet. Okay. Alright, but so yeah, I basically I put 4 fucking movies that are cult movies on my list. Alright, I put 4 fucking cult movies on my list because cult movies are my favourite type of movie.
He's wearing hipster glasses, hipster fucking movies. Fucking vegan, don't know if you mentioned it.
I didn't. Unless.
Okay, alright, talk to me about True Romance then.
Alright, okay. True Romance was the first cult movie that made me go, this might be my genre. This might be the one that I wanna, like, never miss out on.
Right, okay.
I think it was Robert Rodriguez, who obviously another cult legend, and I think Tarantino actually produced it. So I think it's still Tarantino
involved somehow.
Yeah, it's Robert Rodriguez and Tarantino involved in it somehow. Anyway, it's Bonnie and Clyde story.
Okay.
But modern Bonnie and Clyde, and it's got. I'm very burpy right now. What's his name? Gary Oldman playing a Rasta drug dealer.
Gary Oldman playing a Rastafarian drug dealer?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. The boy had to respond to that like, yeah, man.
yeah. There's a character called Drexel.
Yeah.
He's a savage. And they have perfect parts of dialogue. And it was... Dialogue, for me, is what makes a cult movie. So when we were talking about things like Fight Club has some fantastic dialogue.
Amazing dialogue.
Like,
yeah.
I am Jill's nipple.
Yeah.
I am Jack's colon.
Yeah,
I get cancer. I kill Jack.
Yeah.
But they're like one-liners.
Yeah.
Like, Fight Club's very one-linery.
It's because it's like an internal monologue, isn't it? Not monologue.
Yeah.
It's an internal thought.
Yeah. Even when it is between
Durden
Tyler and
Ed Norton's character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still internal.
It's still internal.
We just don't know that until
the end.
a little later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then Matrix isn't cult movie in that way.
No.
A cult movie for me always is about.
Matrix is about the thought. Matrix is about the concept that made it
Yeah,
a cult movie.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And cult movies to me are about dialogue.
Okay.
And there's some fantastic parts about.
True Romance.
Okay, so there's some so there's a fantastic scene between Drexel, Gary Oldman's character, and the main character.
Yeah.
And you will Love that scene, but the most famous scene from that movie is between Christopher Walken and
For fighters.
and what's the guy? The guy from Easy Rider. I think he might even be the director of the movie. He's like a famous director. He did like Island, Leonardo DiCaprio.
The Beach.
No, the other one.
I don't know, mate.
I'm gonna look it up.
Okay, you go. Pull that shit up, Jamie.
Joe me.
Joe me. To romance. 1983.
Dennis Hopper. Dennis Hopper and Christopher Walken have a wonderful scene in it. Dennis Hopper plays the dad of the main character,
Okay.
which is Christian Slater, and Dennis Hopper is being interrogated by Christopher Walken's character, and Christopher Walken's character he's a Sicilian mafia boss.
Okay. How
And
the fuck did the casting for this fucking movie?
it's the best casting of any movie ever made.
Christopher Walken being a Sicilian and fucking...
He is savage.
Yeah?
Oh god, it's so good. Anyway, so Christopher Walken's fucking, giving this guy the screws, you know. And Dennis Hopper's like, your family are fucking eggplants.
Oh, right, okay.
The Sicilians were raped by slaves and stuff.
Yeah.
Slaves? That might be a bit racist of me.
Yeah.
I take that back. Calls him a fucking eggplant anyway,
Right.
because he has black blood.
Yeah, so strong racial slur there, yeah.
Yeah, super racist.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Christopher Walken just fucking laughs that shit off
Yeah.
in the most savage way. But that piece of dialogue, it lasts about 20 minutes,
20 minutes, you sure?
maybe 12.
That's fucking 20 minutes would be a big old portion of the movie for one scene. 12 was fucking very expensive.
Yeah, maybe 12. Between Dennis Hopper and Christopher Walken, two of the best guys on the planet, just fucking tearing chunks out of each other in this beautiful scene. Yeah, it just has a fantastic cast. Yeah. It's
So it's the casting and the dialogue that sort of sold this one to you.
Yeah, but it's the first introduction to cult movies that I had. I said that with Fight Club, but this is the real thing. This is real cult movie status. Fight Club, I think I added to the cult status.
I think, well, if you cast Brad Pitt in a movie, can it be is it a cult film?
I agree with you there. With your sentiment, and I don't know.
Yeah. But I suppose then we've got...
But I'd stick 12 Monkeys on it in the cult
We've got
list.
Bruce Willis in there, yeah, and...
You can have big fucking actors in
Yeah.
cult movies, man.
Yeah, that's a fair point. So you've got Pulp Fiction later, we've got John Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson...
The biggest cult movie,
yeah.
biggest cult movie of all time.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so, yeah. I think it's one of those things that maybe they just... I think they appreciate the art element of it, I suppose. I think that's probably something that I haven't really appreciated in a film for... Probably until like the last 5 years, maybe. Like the whole movie as an art form.
Yeah.
Rather than an entertainment.
And I think I've taken back from that. I'm getting bored of movies as an art form, and I've gone back to series. Because series are getting so good, and movies are getting so bad at telling that story in that time. They have such a short amount of time to tell such a
deep, potentially in-depth story.
If I was going to write a fucking movie, I'd really fucking struggle.
Yeah.
Because when I write a story, it's long, man.
Yeah.
But some movies get it fucking right, and True Romance is one of them. True Romance is flawless. Flawless. It's a 5-star movie. And you should watch it for that.
Okay. Sold.
Next, your go.
Next one. Okay, so my one sort of came off my sub bench, and it's the second appearance of Brad Pitt on our list. It's Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, yes.
So, Inglourious Bastards takes place in
Can
World
I
War
start?
II. Yes, you can. Go for it.
I didn't watch this movie for... I follow Tarantino.
Yeah.
Right? for a long, long time. So if you've got a movie out, I go watch it. But for some reason, I didn't watch Inglourious Basterds. It came out 2008.
Yeah, so it's one of the more recent Tarantino's. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
this was the most recent one before Hateful Eight, wasn't it?
no. They did Django in between.
Oh,
those.
Django, of course. Yeah.
I watched Django at the cinema before I'd even watched
Inglourious Basterds.
Inglourious Basterds. For some reason, I just put it off. I put it off. And I watched Django. By the way, I haven't watched Hateful Eight yet. It's on my list.
Oh, really?
Still haven't watched it. It's on my list. I know.
You like dialogue, man.
I know, but also I like.
How is Reservoir Dogs not on our list?
Because I put Pulp Fiction on instead.
Oh, fair.
I picked Pulp Fiction. I had to choose my choice.
Fair.
I made a choice, but
So
we'll get to that.
Hateful Eight is like Reservoir Dogs. It's that sort of vibe.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
but what were we talking about?
genuinely thought we just read the entire thing. So you watched Django before you watched Inglourious Basterds.
Yes.
Yeah.
For some reason, I just didn't watch Inglourious Basterds. I watched Django at the cinema, and when I watched Django at the cinema, I was like, Jesus Christ, it's a good movie. I forgot how good Tarantino was because it had been a few years since Kill Bill.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. Yeah.
And then I watched Inglourious Basterds, and I fucking was like, this is incredible.
So fucking good.
It was so funny and stupid and intelligent.
That's a bingo.
Oh man,
That guy
Christoph
is so
Waltz,
fucking creepy.
Christoph Waltz is owning Tarantino, isn't he? That's what he's doing at the moment. He's in all of them.
He's a fucking boss.
He is a boss. Love Christoph Waltz.
And just the characters in that fucking movie and the...
How do we use this whole thing of ice?
how many did you use it twice?
I just went down and got some.
And
Didn't I? I don't know.
yeah, so I love World War Two. That's the story around World War Two. There's fucking billions of fucking films about it.
Oh my god! And none of them hold a candle.
And they took such a weird route.
For start, are we spoilers?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it. Fuck it.
They killed Hitler. What the fuck? No, for starters,
yeah.
because I thought they were gonna not kill Hitler because obviously that's the twist.
Yeah.
They fucking killed Hitler. What the fuck?
That's Tarantino all over, isn't it? Like, but there are really good historical references to it.
No,
as well.
so this is what Tarantino does and what he's always done. He picks a genre and he makes the best movie that's ever been made in that genre.
Yeah, he's fucking smashed that to pieces because it was absolutely incredible. Like the fear and the portrayal as Nazis as bungling buffoons was quite interesting as well because they usually
but it was also. All the Americans were also bumbling buffoons. No one really had their shit going on.
Yeah. Which I think is probably accurate.
Yeah,
because I've met people and
I've met a couple myself.
And like soldiers and because it was conscription.
I met soldiers too. You met soldiers.
They're also people. Like
I met people that kill people. They're fine. They're normal people.
And in films, they're always portrayed as these fucking
heroes,
badasses. Yeah. They're sort of like, I was made to kill. So no, you fucking weren't. You were a butcher 2 weeks ago. You prick. Like, what are you talking about?
Even if you trained all your life for it, you're still a normal person.
Yeah.
When you're getting drunk in the pub, you're still a normal guy.
And they also had that sort of human element of the Nazis as well. The fella that fell in love with the French girl, and they met in the bar, and he was trying to be really nice. And
that bit in the bar is fucking tense.
So
man.
Fucking good.
That's one of the best parts of the movie.
Quentin Tarantino just tension like no one else.
Yeah.
No one else makes something
agree.
as tense as Tarantino does, and it's from that dialogue. It's not. A lot of times when people try to build tension, it's falsified by the music they use. They use ridiculous.
Tarantino's had the best scores for all time.
Yeah.
Tarantino has the best scores for any movie ever.
And he times it really well.
Yeah.
And he puts it in the right fucking place.
For sure. Yeah.
I think Kill Bill is probably my favourite use of music. Yeah, it's so fucking good.
Oh my god, I can say. I wanted to put Kill Bill on as I said. I limited myself to one Tarantino movie.
We had to do to 5 each. We agreed at 5 each, and that was it. It's fairness, that was your suggestion, but 5 each is because we.
What was my suggestion?
Doing 5 each.
No, I wanted to do 10. You said 5.
Oh, okay, fine.
You said 5
Yeah.
would be too. You said 10 would be too many. And I was
Okay.
like, no, it won't. It will.
I was right.
Yeah. You were right. I knew you were right as soon as you said it. That was months ago you said that.
Oh, but months ago.
No, it literally was.
Alright, fine. I've already apologised. I don't fucking keep dragging this shit up. Christ. I'm not married to you.
If you were, we'd be doing a lot more fucking podcasts. And a lot less preparing for the future. I'm sorry. I love you, man.
I also love Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah. What's your favourite? Is there a favourite scene you have, or like a feeling of the movie?
One of my favourite scenes is probably when Aldo's group has captured the Nazis and they're interrogating them. And Aldous just shoots 2 of them, and then he gets the bear Jew to come out. And he's like, there's a Nazi here who'd like to meet you.
Yeah.
And he comes in and just fucking it's one of the first scenes in the movie. Because it shows how feared they are through the sort of Nazi contingent. It shows an idea of they've got this hierarchy, it's the officer they're looking for, they're trying to find hidden
So that
information.
was one of the most interesting parts about the movie for me, the hierarchy. Because there were lots of nice Nazis that were like terrified of people like Christoph Waltz.
Yeah.
His character, sorry.
Yeah.
Not Christoph Waltz himself, he was not a Nazi.
Yeah.
And is not to this day. Am I telling enough?
Well, it was how they went all the way up to Hitler as well. There's not a lot of actual... imagine you've called up for a casting call. They said, what's the part you're auditioning for?
Right,
Adolf Hitler. I bet that was a short fucking queue. Like, I mean, the guy that did it was pretty good. Oh, I tell you what I do like. That fucking the restaurant scene. Where he's got the strudel. And it's all... You must have some cream with your strudel.
I've only seen the movie once. I don't remember that scene.
That's really, really good. Again, it's another really, really tense one. Where she's sitting there because it was her.
Oh,
killed her family.
No, I
didn't he?
remember.
Yeah.
I remember the scene. Yeah, I remember.
And
There's two tense. There's
Yeah.
2 tense scenes in it in the whole movie. The most 2 tense scenes, both have her in it.
Yeah.
The other one in the club. Do you know what I'm talking about?
And what about in the house when he first turns up and they're on the fucking floorboards?
Oh my god! I forgot about that one. Yeah,
Super fucking tense.
It's super because that's the whole fucking point of it.
Yeah. It was the fear that the Nazi regime had this grip over the
Nazis
fucking
were gonna
people.
fucking kill you if they found you.
Yeah.
If they found you, you're dead.
Yeah.
And then you got
And
spies.
they didn't just turn up with
And you
fucking
got-
machine guns.
and
It
you
was
got-
spies. And it was subterfuge. And it was.
But then you got non-German spies trying to infiltrate, and if they find you out, you're dead.
There was so much to that.
Oh my god, so much fucking death. It's horrendous. And we don't mean to make light of this, and even just the movie. The movie at no point makes light of anything. Yes, they kill Hitler, but they actually kill him in a pretty fucking intense and insane way.
Yeah.
But it's to throw you off.
Yeah. It was.
And if you haven't seen that movie, well, again.
Watch Django first, and then go. Oh no! Sorry, that's
Jesus.
just how you did it. So you know what? This was like. I love war movies. I'm a real big fan. It was a toss up between this and Fury for me.
Very fucking phenomenal.
I say it was a toss up. This was sort of bought in because you bought in because you did.
I was the one that told you to watch Fury.
No, I watched Fury at cinema.
Oh, I must have told someone else.
Yeah, it wasn't me. I talked about tanks in World War One, all over it. Brad Pitt in it.
But
I never realised before, but I'm pretty sure like most of my favourite movies.
I'm a Shia LaBeouf fan. You're not a Shia LaBeouf fan.
Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Like,
He was
I'll
great in that movie.
He was fucking fantastic. But I told you all about him, not washing and that, and the tank it wafts up, and Brad Pitt's the commander, so he's the one
giving him shit.
But Brad Pitt's character, he's the one that's outside the tank on the top.
Yeah. And this guy
But basically, you got Shia LaBeouf in front of the vents, who hasn't washed in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And all it wafts up to Brad Pitt. So Brad Pitt's actually like
He's
physically trying to avoid the smell that's coming up whilst trying to act.
This is Fury now. This isn't in the top 5, but very fucking easily could have been.
Fury's
That's another
fantastic
fantastic.
movie.
This is World War One. This Fury, isn't it?
Yeah. And if we were going to do top 5 movies of the last
top 5
years.
movies that Brad Pitt has been in. I'm pretty sure we could both agree.
Yeah, but you haven't seen 12 Monkeys.
I've seen 12 Monkeys.
Oh.
Haven't seen True Romance.
Brad Pitt's not in True Romance.
No, but he's in Fury, and he's in Seven, which is later, and he's in Fight Club, and he's in Inglourious Bastards.
By the way, can
what?
Can you take 7 off your list because I still haven't watched it? And do you know why I haven't watched it?
Oh fuck! As if you haven't watched Seven.
Do you know why I haven't watched it? I'll
Why
tell you why I haven't watched it. Well, we're not there yet, so we'll get to that.
Oh fuck's sake! Inglourious Bastards. It's a really
fantastic.
Interesting tale. It's about World War II.
Do Brad Pitt's line.
Which fucking line?
The most famous one.
I don't know where we're going at from this.
Do his southern accent most famous line.
I know what the bear Jew.
No, not that. No, you know when he's stood in the when he's the accent when he's like, yeah, I can do it.
I honestly don't know. I don't recall what you're talking about. Pull that shit up, Joe Jeremy.
Joe Jeremy.
I don't know where you're going. It's his most famous line. It's not that famous a film, I suppose, is it?
Yeah. What are you talking about? Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, but it's not like he's quoted on a fucking daily basis, is it?
Well, it's by me.
Oh yeah. Oh, right. Okay. My name was Aldo Rain.
Ich befürchte, dass keiner von Ihnen ein einziges Wort Deutsch spricht. Es sind Freunde.
This is excellent podcasting, by the way. We'll just put it up in a minute. Not quite sure what he's after at the moment.
Yeah, you keep going.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. No, we're just chilling out. What you say? Okay, well, while he's looking for that, I suppose. Yeah, it's a war movie that hasn't got any war in it. Let's put it that way. There's not a lot. It's more about personal relationships. It is violent. Don't get me wrong. It's a Quentin Tarantino movie, for fuck's sake. But it's not like you're going to see like gunfights, people across trenches and shit like that. It's not about that. It's more about the
can't find it. Fuck it.
About people trying to work each other out a little bit. And there's a fantastic.
Plus Christoph Waltz.
Christoph Waltz is fucking amazing.
Fucking hell.
He's so fucking creepy.
Scary, man.
He's fucking terrifying in that
And it
film.
ends a great way with him getting branded.
Oh, he is fucking brilliant in that fucking film. He's the fucking swastika carving in the forehead. And one of my boys said, "Oh, that was a bingo."
That's
so
we just say that's bingo.
We just say bingo. It's incredible. He's the nicest bad guy you'll ever fucking see. He comes across as so friendly and so amiable, but he's fucking evil.
And I watched him first in Django, and he's the good guy.
Yeah, of course he is. Oh yeah, shit, you fucked up. Yeah.
Right, so it's my turn, right?
Duh.
How can I sum this up?
But say this. Remind us what you're saying first. What are you talking about? Because I can see the list.
I was just gonna bum you.
Oh, let's fucking not do that.
No.
Oh, are you trying to express how much you love this movie?
No.
Bumming me.
No, because there's bumming in the movie.
I get that. There's a lot of things in the fucking movie. I like the way you've honed in on the bumming.
The bumming is.
Have you got an adrenaline needle kicking about anywhere, or maybe a shit dance?
I don't call it. I don't call it the adrenaline needle. I'm not saying it's not been called the adrenaline needle before.
One injection, you'll be up for days. That's a delayed laugh.
Okay, right. My last movie's Pulp Fiction, and I picked Pulp Fiction because I had to pick a Tarantino movie as my last movie. I had to pick a Tarantino movie as one of my top 5. I know Tarantino is involved in some of the other stuff that I picked and that we've spoken about tonight, but I had to pick him specifically as one of his movies. And my favourite actual movie that I would always think about when I'd always say, my favourite Tarantino movie, it's always been Reservoir Dogs because of the dialogue.
Yeah.
But actually, I watched Pulp Fiction the other day and I realised Pulp Fiction might be better as a movie. I don't mean as dialogue. As dialogue, Reservoir Dogs slaughters every other dialogue movie.
It has to rely on the
forever.
dialogue because it's shot in one fucking place.
Yeah, Reservoir Dogs as dialogue is the best dialogue movie of all time. But as a whole, and we got a lot of Bruce Willis in tonight.
Bruce has made an unexpectedly,
Unexpectedly
a really
large
strong
amount.
man.
Yeah, because he ain't that good an actor. Let's face
I think
it.
he was a good actor. I feel like
Zed's dead, baby.
yeah, he's maybe diminished somewhat in his recent years.
Yeah, I mean, you know, yeah, he's been in some good movies. He's been in 3 of my top 10.
Oh shit, I suppose he has, isn't he? Yeah. Fucking hell. Alright, fanboy.
I'm not at all. I think he's a cunt. Sorry, Bruce. You want to come fight me? I'm a white belt. Let's do it.
Bruce Willis will kick fuck out of you.
Yeah, he ain't a blue belt. I'll beat him up.
No, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was his headbutt you.
He was like 80.
I don't think he's 80.
Okay, yeah, but he's like 60
No,
something.
who are you kidding? His security will be shit at you.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
they're probably not white
Yeah,
belts.
probably not, yeah.
They're at least blue belts. Actually, no, they're probably all white belts.
I mean, Pulp Fiction is one of those movies that's just... It's got lines for days, isn't it? Like, the dialogue that you spoke... There's so many memes that come from fucking Pulp Fiction, yeah.
I'm waiting for you to keep going.
You know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in France?
Royale cheese.
What? Royale cheese. And that's just...
I might have a tasty burger. My girlfriend's a vegetarian, so I don't get to eat a lot of meat these days. Damn, that is a tasty burger. Do you mind if I wash it down with a little bit of your beverage?
That's another tension moment from Quarantino.
Yeah.
That's one of those where you're not quite sure. Like, did I? Oh, my motherfucker! Say what again? That's
Say what again? You won't say, did I stutter, didn't you?
no, I didn't. Did I stutter? No, that's probably a little bit early 2000s. But that's one of those you're not quite sure what's going to happen next because that's Tarantino's thing, is it? It's all these stories.
But at the end, he's like, I can't give you this briefcase. And you're going to give me back my wallet. It's the one that says
bad motherfucker. That's it.
Okay, honey bunny. Any fucking bitches move!
She's fucking mad.
I'll execute every motherfucking last one of you!
That's actually a pretty good impression.
Thanks.
Terrifyingly. It's that sort of unexpected. He's just so fucking cool. Someone with a bad motherfucker on it. That I think. I mean, Samuel L. Jackson excels at that sort of shit.
Yeah, and no, every single person in that movie is fantastic. Ving Rhames is just phenomenal. What's his face? You know, Boogie Nights. What's the name?
What? John Travolta?
Yeah, John Travolta. John Travolta in that movie is so fucking good, man. Oh man, I shot Marvin in the face.
Oh, he accidentally shoots him.
That wasn't in the original script. So if we're going off, you know, you said stuff that wasn't in the original script.
Yeah.
That wasn't actually what was supposed to happen. He was supposed to shoot him back at the house.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah. But I think it was the actual character, like the guy Marvin. I think he was like, no, they should take him with him.
Well, they didn't shoot him. How would they have got like Wolf involved and shit like that? If he didn't shoot him in the car.
Oh, I think he's supposed to accidentally shoot him back, but like in the chest, and he's not dead.
Oh, okay, right, I see.
And then he's in the back like bleeding out.
Yeah.
But then I think Marvin was like, nah man, you should just have him kill him in the car.
Yeah.
And that,
"Oh man, I shot Marvin in the face." It's one of the best lines of all time. The way he says it is so plain. "Oh man, I shot Marvin in the face."
It's so casual.
It's so accidental. It's so accidental. "Oh man, I shot Marvin in the face."
It's so you say if you like drops your coffee or something.
Yeah, oh man, I dropped
a coffee.
"Oh man, I shot Marvin in the face."
Damn.
And then later on, where Samuel's cleaning the shit up. This is some fucked up repugnant shit, motherfucker. Why am I cleaning up the brains? you should be on brain duty.
It's fucking the casual attitude in which they experience murder.
Does this look like dead nigga stories to you? Is there a sign on my porch that said dead nigga stories?
Oh man, the comedy in fucking Tarantino's stories is so fucking dark. So fucking dark. He relies on that, and he knows that people that are twisted as fuck will find it funny, but there's never any reaction to anything.
Nothing, no. It's cold. I love that, and I love the whole opening sequence. You know, before all of that shit happens. When it's just him and Mia. Well, first it's him and Vince, obviously. It starts with him and Vince. And then I love that. Him and Vince and Vega are like the ultimate duo.
Yeah.
And then Vince takes out...
There's never any background in it. You just assume... Quite it takes you in, it's like, fucking believe it. And you do. You
Go, and it's very believable. That's nice. I've never even thought about that, but it's very believable.
Yeah.
Everything's super believable.
Sometimes directors will force this background. They'll say, "Hey, you know we've been in the force for 18 years together." It's like fuck
no, we know.
Yeah, thanks for telling me. So why not make me just believe it?
Him and Vince talking, and then obviously it skips to Vince going out with Mia.
Yeah.
And then that fucked up shit happens with her taking she tries to snort his heroin because she thinks it's cocaine. But then before that, you know, you got the dance, all the dancing shit, and that is like, that is super fucking crazy. That whole dancing, all that stuff, you know.
Oh, that weird fucking restaurant where they're fucking.
Yeah, all that stuff. But before that, when he's driving to the restaurant, because he's just shot up.
Yeah.
On some like proper China way. Like, there's supposed to be some real good heroin that he's just shot up on, but you know, he's never done heroin in his life. But his mate who has done lots of heroin, he said, right, what you gotta do is you gotta act tequila drunk.
Right, okay.
Like he said act tequila drunk. I think he said act like you're in a hot bath but you're drunk on tequila.
Oh, wow, okay.
And I think that's a perfect analogy of heroin. I've never done heroin.
I was trying to say, I feel like you sound like you're framing yourself as coming from an expert.
I do. You're right. But this guy that told him to do that knows has done heroin a lot.
Yeah.
And I've not done heroin, but I've done plenty of fucking drugs, and I know people that have done heroin, and I think that that's a really good. I think it works anyway, because when he's driving in the car, he does look. He looks just like.
He looks like he's in a bath, a warm bath,
in a hot bath on tequila.
That's an excellent analogy for John Travolta's acting.
Well, that's what John Travolta was told to do by
I feel
his
like
mate.
he carried that over into all the rest of his roles forever.
Yeah, I know, and it didn't go that well.
It was shocking. Yeah. I've seen The Punisher.
What?
Oh, he's the bad guy. Punisher. You know about that? He was the most liquid man.
I'm so glad I forgot that. And then fucked that up.
Yeah, it was awful. Sorry, mate. Yeah. I think Pulp Fiction is one of those movies that if you look back now in retrospect, and you sort of said to someone, John Travolta and Samuel. If I took someone who was fucking, I don't know, who'd never seen it before, and maybe just turned like 16, 18, that sort of time, sort of said, there's this fucking amazing Quentin Tarantino film with Samuel L. Jackson, you know, Nick Fury from the Avengers, and I don't know, fucking John Travolta, who's fucking from Greece. What else is fucking John Travolta famous for? Grease, Face Off, I don't know, a bunch of other shit, Scientology. And they were together in a movie and they were fucking amazing. I feel like now, retrospectively, they'd look at me like I was a fucking mad bastard. And I think that's that's quite an interesting sort of take on it. That people, the difference, the perspective, that what they were then before what they were now. What else is John Travolta famous for? What other good films was he in? Not good films.
Look
sorry.
who's talking now. Look who's talking to.
At the time, he was just famous for Grease, wasn't he?
No, look who's talking. That's 90s.
Yeah, I know. That was fucking god awful. And like 7
I
people.
love Look Who's Talking.
Shocking. I think the I was just saying how weird the casting was. Again, I think you sort of said before about Tarantino's casting choices.
Oh,
about how weird.
He just knows what he wants.
If I told a bunch of 18-year-olds now to go watch a movie starring the guy from Scientology and Samuel L. Jackson, who's Nick Fury, like they were fucking gangsters. It was fucking strange. Oh, cheers, mate. Oh, we're on the seat today, are we? Let's do it.
You got the old.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, so I had to put a Tarantino movie on my list, and I had to put Pulp Fiction on it because of its scope is actually a lot better than the other movies. There are things that he does better in other movies, of course, but the scope of Pulp Fiction and the character development and how many characters there are is more superior than the others, right? So Reservoir Dogs better, much better dialogue.
Yeah.
Kill Bill, much better action.
Far better action, yeah. But yeah,
Pulp Fiction has
variety.
Pulp Fiction has the perfect amount of everything, I think.
And Inglourious Bastards
is much more newer.
Yeah.
And
more newer.
And different cast as well. You gotta remember, like 90s Tarantino movies, they're all the same cast. If you ain't got Samuel L. Jackson in it, it ain't a fucking Tarantino movie.
Ah, Dust to Dawn.
That was Robert Rodriguez.
That's Tarantino, wasn't it?
Tarantino's in it. It's Robert Rodriguez.
Oh, I thought he
produced it.
Oh,
no,
okay.
it's Robert Rodriguez.
Oh, I see. Okay. Because I thought it was one of those weird movies where, like, because as soon as Quentin Tarantino, because it was serious, it looked like a proper movie until Tarantino's character died, then it went ridiculous.
Yeah, it's great if you talk about like horrorcore, like that sort of.
No, but what I mean is, if you watched it, you only watched the bits with Quentin Tarantino's character in it, you'd assume it was a standard Quentin Tarantino film. As soon as Quentin Tarantino's character dies, then it goes fucking off the wall, where everyone's a fucking vampire.
Everyone just starts pissing blood.
His character is the first one to die.
Is he? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a deal that him and Rodriguez would make.
You
can make my movie, but you're dying first,
I'm directing while I'm alive. But then when I die...
yeah.
Alright, okay, so...
Oh my god, we're at the end.
Well, I've got my last one.
Man.
So my last one, I had to have a horror-y movie in there, and it's 7.
You can't say anything.
I'm gutted about it, but I can say quite a lot about it without ruining it for you.
I don't want you to say a fucking thing, because I've been trying to avoid this movie. I wanted to watch this movie so bad, right?
I have no idea why the fuck you would avoid 7 for this long. It's like 20 years old.
If you let me finish, you'll understand what.
Crack on then, sir.
You know when a movie just slips past you?
Yeah.
And then you go to watch it, and your girlfriend goes, "It's his wife's head in the box." And you go, "Well, I don't want to fucking watch it now, do I?"
That is the answer to the biggest question. What's in the box?
It's his wife's head, right?
It is his wife's head.
And as soon as she fucking told me the spoiler, I went, "Well, I don't want to fucking watch it now, do I?" And I said,
You've
"Look,
missed so much."
I said, "Look, I'll watch it when I forget." And the problem is, it keeps coming up.
Do you know why it keeps coming up? Because it's one of the best fucking movies ever fucking made.
So do you think, even though I know the ending, I should still watch it?
Yes!
Oh, really?
It's Morgan
Oh, no,
Freeman and Brad Pitt!
No one said that to me before.
It's one of the best fucking movies ever fucking put together.
No one's ever said that to me
It's so fucking creepy and so... yet so sort of obvious at the same time. There's so many fucking things.
Fitbits are just for stupid people trying to keep themselves alive.
Am I alive? 1 point me.
I was just getting checked.
So why am I alive? Yeah, I'm alive and done 9,304 steps today. By the way, that doesn't count jiu-jitsu. I can't wear it with jiu-jitsu because obviously people grab the shit.
Does that count as a step?
I don't think so. No. Otherwise, I'd have 7,000 steps. Why not? I don't know what you're trying to do other than avoid me talking about 7. So
That's all I want.
it is put together so fucking well. It's
It's not a horror movie, though.
It's
Thriller.
yeah, it's a thriller. Like there are elements of horror to it, or what I would consider horror anyway. There are these.
Yeah, notice that there ain't a horror movie on our list.
Not well. Horror movies are difficult to put on this. I love horror
No,
movies.
I don't.
Because they're stupid, mostly.
But for starters, horror movies aren't fucking good.
Some horror movies are good if you appreciate it, if you enjoy it. Like one of the best, the most recent best horror movie I've seen is probably The Babadook, which is.
I haven't seen it. So you just finish your fucking thing.
Oh,
then.
finish
We're
my
going
top
to
list.
genres
For
next.
fuck's sake, ever fucking cut down on 7. You were watching 7 like now. I can't believe you haven't seen 7.
Yeah, I just told you the reason why, and
Yeah.
it's a valid fucking reason.
Yeah.
I got it spoiled for me,
Yeah.
and then I wanted to try and forget about it, and people keep bringing it
So
up.
do you know who put his wife's head in the box?
No,
You don't, oh fuck's sake.
but I know that it's his wife's head in the box.
Oh,
Isn't that already
No,
spoiled?
that's not even the twist. That's not it.
Oh, can I watch it then?
Yeah, fucking watch it. Yes.
I thought that was a spoiler.
That's part of it. Yeah, for sure. But that is a spoiler.
But I'm allowed to watch it then.
Fucking 100%, man. There's a massive bit at the end of it.
Can we just?
I'm gutted that I can't talk about now. In fact, do you know who's in the movie?
No, yeah, no, I don't really, not really.
You know it's Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt?
Brad Pitt, yeah. Morgan
Okay,
Pitt,
fine. Yeah, then in that case you're fine. And that part of that is because the actor who is the protagonist specifically asked for his name to be stricken from the intro credits, so that at the end it was a surprise for people. His name's in the end credits.
Oh, nice.
But he said like, don't put my name in the opening credits. He was in none of the trailers.
Sounds
nothing
like
at all.
Morgan Freeman.
It was fucking amazing. Morgan Freeman he's one of the first characters you see in there.
Oh, nice.
I'll tell you right now, it's not Morgan Freeman or Brad Pitt.
Right.
So, but the way it's
Is it
put
me?
together.
Is it Black Me?
Oh shit.
You had me there for a
Yeah,
second.
no,
I was
no.
like, it is Black Me.
Now you can't watch it.
How is it?
You were in the box.
They
all along.
wiped my mind.
But the deaths in it are so fucking intense, and again not completely out there, but out there enough to think fucking hell. It's gritty.
Not Tarantino deaths.
No, not Tarantino.
Not Django Tarantino deaths. They're his biggest ones so far.
Oh, I don't know, man. There's some dark shit in this fucking movie.
Remember Tarantino Django deaths though?
Yeah, I know.
Django deaths were probably the most savage deaths of all time.
Mate, there is some dark shit in this fucking movie. I promise you.
I thought it had already been ruined for me. You said
Nah,
good.
man.
Even though I know it's his wife's fucking head.
It doesn't matter. That is a bit of the. I'll give you that. There is a tension. There
Can
is
you
a tension
believe that
part
my
at the end.
girlfriend told me that?
There is a really tense part at the end of it.
I think she was like, oh, I can't believe it's his wife's head. And I was like, I haven't seen the fucking movie! I was like, I'm never going to remember what you're saying. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm going to ignore it forever.
So there is
And
a
it
lot.
never
There is a
worked.
lot in the movie where they're speaking to his wife, and she's really sweet, and she's really lovely, and all that sort of shit. And at the end of it, and then it becomes the whole 7 deadly sins aspect of it becomes very,
I
very
know the
clear at the
storyline,
end.
yeah.
But the build up to
It's
it
about,
is
it's like
fucking
the,
amazing.
isn't it sort of,
It's a serial killer working his way through.
yeah,
the
it's
7
like,
deadly sins.
the serial killer that did that, but it wasn't that, it was
What? Zodiac killer.
Zodiac Killer,
Yeah. Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, but each kill's got a theme, if you like. But it becomes very, very clear at the end what the overarching theme is. And
Yeah, killed his wife.
Huh?
That's in the box.
yeah, it was in the box, mate. Yeah, if I'm honest, we can't really avoid that spoiler now. But that's one of the most sort of iconic sort of ending. Is Brad Pitt like in tears, pointing the gun at the
Oh no, it's Brad Pitt's wife. Thanks for ruining another fucking bit of
oh,
it.
fuck off! Like he's the only character with a wife in the movie.
He's the only white character in the movie.
What's in the box?
Racist.
In the box? Why are you so aggressive today? Piece of shit. Anyway, watch fucking Seven, and I'll watch Moon, and then True Romance, I suppose, in that order. Moon seems more my thing.
No, you will absolutely adore True Romance. It will be the best movie you've ever seen in your life.
Okay.
And then Moon will also be like.
I'm so glad you said I knew you were going to fucking do that. So that would all be the best movie you've ever seen.
Oh, they're so good. You're gonna love them so much. And I will watch it because you told me that it's not all 100% room for me.
Oh, please do. It's fucking amazing.
I would never have watched it if you hadn't have said that.
It's fantastic. It really, really is.
Alright, okay, I'll watch it. 7. I've been wanting to watch it since it came out.
It's because the tension's in the story, not in the end result. That's why. It's not all a build up to one bit, and if you know the one bit, then okay.
That's not what I've been talking about every single other
No,
motherfucker.
fuck them then. They're missing the point of the story. The point is the tension and what's built up and the creativity around it. That's why I like it so much.
Okay. Right, I'm watching it.
So, you guys have our top 10 between us, I suppose. Ish. Yeah.
We got
honestly...
We got next thing to move on to.
We do. I know. So next bit.
Okay. Genres.
Genre. Sorry, the rum's starting to kick in.
We started going to a different dimension
Yeah.
there. I followed you. I was like, let's go.
Yeah, he was watching me for a little bit, so he was like, where did this end up? Has the end been spoiled for me?
It's his head in a box! His wife's fucking head in a box.
In the box!
Jesus Christ.
So, we talked about our favourite. You already know we're retarded, massive fans of sci-fi, because we frankly had the entire episode around it.
Yeah.
We took like 2 hours to explain how much we fucking love sci-fi. And why
I bet
we
he
loved it.
scraped that as well.
Yeah, he was being very restrained. But yeah, so we thought, okay, now we've got our top 5. Our top 5 movies don't necessarily reflect our top 5 genres. Because there are a bunch of movies in some of my favourite genres that I fucking adore, but they're not in my top 5 favourite movies.
I'll go first then, because you just said that.
Okay, good. Sorry, didn't mean to ruin it, but yeah.
No, because mine do completely.
Oh really? Okay.
My top genres I said were sci-fi, martial arts, and cult. And
Cult is it cult a genre?
Yeah, I'm thinking it is. But anyway, don't get to that yet.
Okay.
Sci-fi, obviously, sci-fi is my bag, my jam, my thing. The second one I did was martial arts, and I didn't pick a martial art movie, but we did cover martial arts.
Mhm.
So I'm really fucking happy that you did, so we could talk about that. And then the other one was cult, and cult obviously covers a multitude of things.
Yeah, I think
obviously cult's multi-genre.
Yeah. Cult's more of a, I don't know, like an associate.
It's association. You know it is.
You don't make a cult movie. You make a movie and then it becomes a cult movie.
Exactly. A cult movie can be any genre.
Yeah. So cult movies would be examples of. So examples of cult movies. So Fight Club's probably a cult movie.
Fight Club, True Romance.
Pulp Fiction. Reservoir Dogs.
Basically anything Tarantino.
Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork Orange, nice. Old school, but also correct.
Yeah, fucking love Clockwork Orange. That's a good movie.
Skins. We don't do a lot of fist bumps.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah,
on the show.
Not on the show. Like, most of our interactions start like this. Piece of shit.
He's holding a drink. I've got 2 hands.
Just a heads up. They don't end this way.
That's actually true. We haven't fought in a while. Although I haven't fought in a while, so you're gonna kill me.
Yeah, so I fought this morning.
Yeah, oh my god, I wanted to go so bad. I just felt like I was like leaking out my nose, and I was like, you know when you're like, I want to go, but I don't want to leak on someone?
I feel like I've got me on me.
If I leaked on someone and they got ill, I don't want to be that guy. so bad. I don't want to be that
I
guy.
feel like an ambassador for the club when I say we appreciate that.
Alright, cool. I'm good. I'm good to not go when
There's nothing worse than being fucking paired with someone who's snotting over you. It's shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's fine.
Don't get me wrong. I've sweated in people's mouths before, but
Yeah, but also if you're right, if me and you were like, oh yeah, we don't feel 100%, but we were just like, rolling together.
yeah.
We'd be alright.
It's always a bit, yeah.
But I don't want to fuck around with other people.
Yeah. You don't want to fuck at their Christmas and shit like that, do you? You don't want to make people
Yeah,
shit.
no.
No, that's fine. We appreciate it, man. It's very selfless of you.
I want to fucking choke you out.
For fuck's sake, this is terrible podcasting. Okay, so cult movie is maybe a status that you reach rather than a genre. Is that fair enough to say?
Yeah, probably.
I'm honestly, I'm going to bottle you if this fucking bottle's empty.
It's not like. You can elbow me from there, bitch.
No. With his glasses on.
It's true.
I can't push him because I'm going to the computer.
Did you pick 3 genres like I did?
No, you picked 2 genres and an aspiration.
I'm a bit sad. I'm a bit sad. Did you pick your genres?
My genres are action. Love an action movie. Can't get enough of it. I love it even if it's fucking stupid. I really get on well with an action movie because
You know what? I couldn't get on with one if it was serious. I'd be like, you're not staying true to your form.
Yeah, but I think even if they're serious, they're still a bit stupid, and they know that. And I think they understand it. So what you can do? You want to jump out this 7th floor window and land?
You want to start talking about?
Sick.
You want to start talking about Die Hard?
75, yeah, whatever the fuck it is, yeah. All that bullshit. And even like fucking like Bollywood movies. Like, I love Bollywood action. Have you ever watched Bollywood action movies? It's fucking incredible. Because it's stupid.
I'll take that back. I watched Jackie Chan did a Bollywood movie and it was fucking awesome.
Absolutely incredible.
Honestly, Jackie Chan, the Bollywood movie Jackie Chan did was so good.
There's the story.
I've hated Bollywood for
The
years.
story is barely a story, and I can't.
I know,
say
it's basically let's do some awesome dancing in this awesome gold room.
and just to get the girl and kill the bad guy. Sick. It's
How gold can the room be? Right, that gold, yeah, let's dance in it. Oh, and can there be like people like on the walls where they're barely able to stand there, but they're like, oh!
And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm a massive proponent of Bollywood. What I'm saying is I appreciate stupid films. And a lot of action films are fucking stupid.
They're all as
Expendables would probably be my biggest example because it is willfully ridiculous. Because all they've done is gathered a bunch of action stars together and said, what do you want to do? So I want to blow shit up. Like, sick, let's blow this shit up. And sometimes...
You know, some of those guys weren't allowed on the movie. Like, they had to petition to get on. Like, the little guy, Antonio Banderas.
Oh,
Who,
yeah.
in the end, slaughtered it.
Yeah, he was okay. He was interesting. They tried to pick a weird, like, Avengers lineup of action stars. And they...
Dolph Lundgren,
fucking... brilliant. Dolph Lundgren, Bruce Willis, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jason Statham. Yeah, Bruce Willis was in the Expendables.
Was it?
Yeah. Something the Church, who was his character.
I remember that.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, he was in 2 of them? Yeah, the most recent 2.
I remember that.
Fuck, I can't keep on going for it, but you know, everyone who's been in an action movie in the last like 40 years,
And especially people that are this big.
think about Terry Crews.
Oh, Terry Crews, my boy! Oh, come on, Terry Crews.
But I still love a bit of Terry Crews. Nine. And they put them all together, and they made something. Well, fuck, Chuck Norris was in it, and they made a Chuck Norris joke about Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris made a Chuck Norris joke in that fucking movie.
So the first one, or the second one?
Third one, I think. Wasn't it?
Oh, Jesus.
It was willfully fucking stupid, and I absolutely loved it.
Third one was the one with Antonio Banderas.
Yeah, I think that was the same film. Yeah. And it
I
was.
think that might have been my favourite one.
It was.
The second one was garbage. First one was really good.
They're
Third one was really
all
good.
ridiculous. They're all
I know.
fucking stupid.
I probably.
Sylvester Stallone is 85,000 years old.
And his skin is 7,000 years old.
This was this thick as well. Like,
Yeah, he's like mummified.
He's like 90% skin. It's
Mummified
ridiculous.
skin, though.
Absolutely insane, and I fucking love that because they've taken us to this weird fucking world where any motherfucker can do it.
And Dolph Lundgren,
fucking Ronda Rousey was in one of the fucking movies.
Yeah, it's basically like the guys that are in it are all 80s.
Are not able to make money doing anything else.
Well, they're all 80s action stars, and they can't.
Not all of them, but a lot.
Most of them, and they can't move that much anymore. So basically, they do what they can, and then they get other guys in to do other stuff.
Of course they do. Yeah, yeah. No one was pretending Dolph Lundgren was beating up Jet Li because Jet Li kicked fuck out of him in a real fight.
Well, Jet Li's fucking old as shit, and he's got a thyroid problem, so he actually looks about 90 now.
Oh yeah, shit. Plus Dolph Lundgren's a big lad.
Dolph Lundgren is like 6'4", and
He's got that Viking blood, doesn't he? Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah, scratch that. I'm pretty sure Dolph Lundgren would fuck Jet Li up. Yeah.
yeah.
Alright, fair enough.
Don't get me wrong, Jet Li's fantastic, but Jet Li is like he looks like Avatar now, like Airbender Avatar, like a bald child. I love Jet Li.
About the powers.
Oh,
But so action is something I would always. If it's a fucking idiot action movie, I'll watch it because I love it, and there's a detachment to it, and there's this.
I had the exact same feeling about when I went to watch them movies. As I said, I didn't watch them when they came out. I went, I know I'm gonna like them. I know I'm gonna like them. I waited years, 6 years. It must have been one every 2 years, right?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, something like that.
So I must have waited 6 years and I watched them all in one go in my house. Download the Blu-rays illegally. Oh wait, you're supposed to say legally, illegally. And then I watched them all and I was just blown away. I thought they were the best. They weren't, because they're not just parodies. They're actually good. They're actually better than most of the counterparts. They're actually better than most of the things that they were trying to pretend to be. Yeah.
They're a parody, but they're not. Because it's a parody. It's very clearly a fucking parody because they make Arnold Schwarzenegger say, "I'll be back" in the fucking movie.
And he's the bad guy.
Yeah. And they say this shit, and they're very, very aware of what they're doing. But it still works as a narrative.
They're playing a bunch of middle-aged.
Yeah. Middle-aged?
Alright.
These motherfuckers are 60, 70...
50 plus.
Who's 50 plus?
Antonio Banderas. He's the only one who's
60 plus, mate. How old's Mel Gibson?
Or 15, 60.
If Mel Gibson ain't 60, I'll eat my head.
He's around 60.
Sylvester Stallone's like fucking 77 or some shit.
Basically, they're playing a group of guys that are past their prime.
Yeah.
But they're all playing themselves almost.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. I'm pretty sure Mel Gibson's a prick in the movie, so yeah. He's himself.
He is straight up prick. He's the bad guy, isn't he?
He is.
In real life too.
Yeah.
Come fight us, Sylvester.
We're both Jewish.
Oh, I said Sylvester Stallone. I meant
Mel Gibson. Sylvester Stallone, you say where the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson.
Also, I mean, a white belt and a blue belt versus an actor, we could kill him.
What? I don't feel like I feel good about beating up a 65-year-old Mel Gibson.
I'm okay with it.
Plus, if he had long hair, I keep on thinking he was Riggs.
Riggs!
He keeps shouting that he's getting too old for this shit.
And I'll be like, Mel,
Mel, who are you doing?
No, I'll be like, well, I don't know what I'd be like. I wouldn't be happy with it.
I would be very pleased about it. But that's why I love action movies, because they're unashamedly fucking stupid. Speaking of which, unashamedly stupid is what JoJo's doing right now.
My move, the tire's gonna get. Oh my god, I forgot how much that hurts. Okay, let's squeeze 2 then. So what are you going to move out after that? When you squeezed and you went, nah, that's not enough. And I squeezed back. I was like, yeah, he's going to move.
I'm still thinking I might break a rib. Not mine, yours.
Yeah, but you can break my ribs, I don't think.
Yeah, no, maybe. Anyway.
I don't know, give me one of them.
Next.
You're not going to punch me.
We done with action?
You're not going to punch me, are you?
Fuck's sake, no, I'm not going to punch you. For Christ's sake, Sergey. Can't wait till you have to edit this.
You realise I don't edit this?
Yeah, like I won't take to. Just a heads up, we can very clearly don't edit this. Turns out it's hammer time.
I was just going to 2 seconds equally as annoying and you beat me to it. I'm not even going to bother.
Okay, so next genre. Are we doing 3 and 3 or are we doing 1, 1, 1, 1?
Did you start?
No. You did sci-fi, didn't you? Oh, so it's just sci-fi with action, so you're one. Fuck's sake! Oh, martial arts. Okay. Oh no, wait a minute. No, you did all 3 of yours. Yeah, you did sci-fi, martial arts. Yeah, for fuck's sake. Sorry, clearly we've been drinking. You've watched us. So you've done all 3 already.
Right.
You were talking about cult movies before, about how that's not a genre.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well done.
good. Okay, so action was my first one. Horror is my next one. Now I love a horror movie.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of actual horror movies that have been made recently.
Well, there's lots. They make them like 1,000 a minute, but they all suck.
They're not horror movies. That's why. Because a horror movie builds tension, and a horror movie builds fear, and it builds a sense of uneasiness. That is something we've lost a lot of recently.
Long away, yeah.
Yeah, and it's not something that's really prominent nowadays. I think sort of probably.
Well, tell me when do you think the last time that a horror movie really did that well?
I mean, I think I mentioned earlier the Babadook. That is.
You did mention that word. Yeah.
It's an Australian horror movie. I think Australian or New Zealand. I'm sorry which one it is, but it's. So a horror movie needs to show you just enough, not show you the whole fucking thing. What happens a lot of now is horror becomes gore, and then gore becomes fucking
jump scares.
Yeah, I fucking hate jump scares. They're cheap and they're bullshit because they play on a natural human reaction.
Ah!
So yeah, if you hear a loud noise and it's fucking the violin like that fucking noise makes you instantly you're as good. What? But it's not scary.
No, you're not scared.
It incites a reaction immediately.
It doesn't keep you up at night.
Yeah, it doesn't make you actually feel uneasy.
No.
It makes you go, fuck's sake.
No, yeah,
it's
cheap bastards.
For me, it almost feels like a sense of frustration. It frustrates me when people overuse fucking jump scares. I really, really hate that. It's this constant like blank and jump, and it's
that's how I felt about that show that got released the other week.
The Haunting of Hill House.
Thanks, man. Because otherwise it would have just been me looking at you for a long time.
I definitely disagree with you on that. I think The Haunting of Hill House did quite well.
No, I thought it was good. They did have some jump scares. At the beginning, I thought it was rubbish, and it improved, and then the ending was rubbish. But
they fucked the ending up. I really hated the ending. Really didn't like it.
Was good. But you know what I mean? They were like trying too hard to make you scared at the beginning, and I was like, because I don't scare.
That got a little bit too touchy-feely for me at the end. It became a little bit too much like, but as a family you could do anything together. That became a bit too much for me, a bit too obvious. Like in a horror movie, I feel like.
Well, there's only one twist in that show, and I called it. Episode like 2.
If it's a horror movie, Satan needs to win, as far as I'm fucking concerned.
Alright, Jesus
I want something fucking dark and something fucking grim. Like
Satan ain't grim or dark, man. Satan's a lover of love. He's a cool guy.
What? Satan?
Satan's cool, man.
I thought you were thinking of Santa.
Oh no, Satan does not like toys in his butt.
Hell, Santa.
Santa is, if anything, a child abuser.
For fuck's sake. How have we got here?
Satan is all up for that shit.
I'll tell you what's a fucking great horror movie. Well, okay.
Tell me, please. It's a great horror movie.
It's
Because they don't exist.
it's a
in my
fucking
mind.
horrible movie.
My favourite.
It makes you feel.
You go first. I'll tell you the best horror movie I think that exists of all time, and you tell me first.
Okay. Well, this one isn't like a paranormal. I love the paranormal shit. I love the Satan elements to it. I love stuff like The Exorcist and things like that. Really, really big fan of that sort of shit.
I am not, but continue.
But I tell you what, one of the fucking darkest.
Because I'm a scientist, and you know that, so I have problems being fearful of things that don't exist.
Don't exist. Okay, fine. So this is really realistic. It was fucking dark. It's a Serbian film.
Oh, you mean
It's called a Serbian film.
Yeah.
And that to me was the.
Yeah, but that wasn't a horror movie.
That is a fucking horror.
All right,
movie.
a horror movie, but it wasn't a. Oh, that's what you meant when you said.
So I love the
human,
paranormal
it's
shit.
human.
It's human. It's
All
real,
human. Yeah.
and it's.
People
oh
get.
my fuck.
Remember them
Yeah.
getting murked by the wine bottle?
Oh, it was the
Remember that?
it was the husband and wife one.
Do you remember the wine bottle in the
Yeah, I
alley?
fucking remember that. It was so graphic.
Skull caved in with the wine bottle.
Yeah, but it's not about the gore. The gore element that's
No,
not
but
what a
it's
horror movie should be
savage.
about. It's that savagery and that fucking fear that puts in you. That's what a fucking horror movie should do.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's what it makes you worried. It makes
Yeah.
you.
When you said, "Oh, I'm not talking about the horror with the aliens and the guys," I thought you were going to go pussy
No.
on me, but you actually
No.
you went straight
I
up
went
real.
darker. Yeah. There are some fucking films. I mean, I love The Exorcist. I love.
No. Yeah,
Exorcism,
but
Emily Rose,
take
The Devil.
yeah, but forget all that. Forget all that. And then I think about the other realistic ones like Hills Have Eyes and all that shit.
Is that realistic? I don't know. That's a monster movie.
No. That's. But you know what I'm saying. I'm taking it away from the paranormal.
Yeah, we should, the fucking rape scene in The Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah,
is fucking
it's still
horrific.
not paranormal though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's
If you take it away from paranormal, what was I've forgotten now. What I was gonna say my favourite paranormal. No, I was gonna say what my favourite horror movie is. Oh, my favourite horror movie is Alien.
Oh, we saw that on the sci-fi episode.
Yeah,
didn't we?
Alien.
Alien is absolutely a horror film.
Yeah.
There is
It's a thriller.
genuine
It's a
terror.
thriller. It's not horror.
There's a couple of jump scares, but they don't rely on it. And there's tension.
Yeah.
There's massive fear that builds there, and it doesn't happen anymore.
and also alien xenomorphs aren't necessarily scary. I mean, they are terrifying in the sense that if you hurt them, their blood hurts you.
Yeah.
So obviously you can't really hurt them, so that's not really an option. I get that. I don't believe in aliens or anything like that. I'm a purist, a pure scientist. I believe in mathematics, and I don't believe that anything like that's possible. But Alien, to me, is my favourite horror movie because Alien has the perfect pacing, and pacing is what horror movies should rely on.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Do you believe in that?
Yeah, I'd say I think pacing builds tension.
Yeah,
And if you-
don't get me wrong. There's a couple of horror movies that are really fun, like a couple of Rob Zombie movies. Great.
Yeah,
fun.
they're ridiculous. Yeah, and they're meant to be.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember I had a little bit of a shocked face earlier when I remember what a recent horror film that actually built tension. Something that I think it's a thriller, but I think it's a horror film. A Quiet Place. It's did you ever watch The American Office?
Yeah.
The guy that plays Jim.
Yeah.
John Krasinski.
Yeah.
He's in that.
He's playing Captain Marvel, isn't he?
Yes, yeah. And he was in A Quiet
I like
Place. Yeah, he's fucking fantastic in this film. And that was. It's classed as a thriller, but I consider it a horror film because of the tension and the fear.
I don't know that until I'll have to watch that.
I really would. It's really, really good. It was.
I'm not a horror fan.
That was
nothing
only
scary.
last year that was put out, and it was very cleverly put together. There was so much tension in it, and so much.
See, that's what I always like.
It made me nervous, and that's what I want out of a horror film.
Yeah. Because we're not. A jump scare or two ain't gonna scare us.
It'll make me react.
Even most of the time, I ain't gonna even get that.
Yeah, see, I wish I could sort of say that. Oh yeah, I wouldn't react to jump scares, but I fucking do.
I don't.
But I just think they're a cheap thing to do.
They are cheap. They're a cheap thrill.
Yeah. It's just cheap, and it's It's overused.
They're not fun. They don't make a movie.
Because they're not sustained. They're immediate. Because there's usually about 3 or 4 minutes of build up to it. Then it goes boink, and it was a fucking cat. I was like, oh, fantastic.
Oh,
so I was like, oh,
Kid
okay.
Kapichi.
So I was worried about the thing with it. Is it?
Lovely kitty
Yeah,
cat.
and it doesn't add anything to the story, but tension and fear and worry and nerves, so that makes me fucking uncomfortable throughout it. And I go fucking get them little chills up my back. I'm like, fuck,
Yeah,
what's going on?
I like a good thriller.
I
I loved.
See, I think the word thriller and horror they've become muddied up recently.
I love
horror
the number 43. You know, the Jim Carrey movie.
23.
23, number 23. Yeah, do you remember that?
Yeah, see, because that's a thriller, not a horror.
That's a thriller. Yeah, it's a good movie.
There's like a detective-y element, which I think is more of a thriller. So I think like something like Seven is a thriller. That's not a horror.
Right. Well, still don't know that.
There's
I'll find out tomorrow.
Because there's a detective element.
I'm just saying that I will find out because I will actually watch it.
Yeah.
Now that you've told me that it hasn't been completely ruined for me.
It hasn't. It really hasn't.
Should we wrap this up?
I feel like we probably should.
Wait, have you got another genre?
Yeah, I suppose I do. Yeah. Honestly, it was only going to be sci-fi, quite frankly. So, so obviously, I feel like we've already talked the fuck out of sci-fi.
Let's talk about sci-fi. I want to know why sci-fi would be on your genre list.
So sci-fi's on my genre list because.
And now remember, we're talking about solely movies.
Yeah. Rather than your 2020 sci-fi.
Or.
Patent pending.
I love that, thank you. But also, we don't want to muddy this purist moviness with series.
No, absolutely. So, I like the sci-fi element. So the sci-fi element in movies for me has to be something that I feel like can be achieved.
Okay, so it's sci-fi.
Yeah. No.
That's what my definition of it is.
No, you know what? I feel like I've said that, and now I think about that as absolute bullshit. Because I think some of my favourite sci-fi movies that I know are probably going to be bullshit forever.
Like what? Pick one.
Star Wars.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Not forever, but for a long fucking time. You ain't gonna get pod races next week.
Yeah. I mean that's probably the reason I like it. I like it because it's ridiculous.
It's over the top.
I love fantasy, and fantasy isn't in there.
Right,
because
fantasy
I feel like,
is sci-fi. Well, fantasy is why we picked Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, but that is
fantasy is sci-fi. It's just the opposite. Fantasy is magic. Sci-fi is science.
Yeah, and I think that I like that there could be anything in there. As a kid, I loved robots and I love fucking all that sort of shit. Even
you love fucking robots.
I love fucking robots.
Who fucking love fucking robots?
Even I love Jurassic Park, and to me that was kind of sci-fi. Because it's the science that made the dinosaurs.
Animatronic robots, and you love fucking animatronics.
I do love fucking animatronics. Bang the shit out of Velociraptor.
That's a great thing.
No, I'm thinking this might be a dream. It's like I'm staring through the steam. It seems as if you brought the heat. People tell me I'm a waster, so why don't you waste time with me? Cause it might only take a day, or maybe it could take a week. Depends on how often we speak. Everybody's saying you're a part of the disease. I'm feeling so undone. I'm believing it. Half cut, acting so young. No love, all they're screaming is wasteland, wasteland. We don't know no remedy. Wasted time is wasted energy. Stay and know what I'm saying. Time is wasted energy.